He was good.
Okay, there we go. We are back live now. Sorry for that. The fun with technology, but we are back live here from Valpo as the football team from 2022 gets their ring. Nathan Laird and Nate Ramey here with you on game day in the region. And Nate, hopefully it's all smooth sailing from here for us on our broadcast today. But it's awesome to be here on a day of celebration. Justin Cole's ring ceremony from down below. And we're going to have full clips of that later on for you guys here on Sports Network. But, it's like I said, it's an awesome day here at Valpo for this team, collecting their rings. And hopefully we're going to have a good baseball game here today. But as you just pointed out, Crown Point not even here yet.
Yeah, again, we still have 50 minutes till the first pitch is scheduled. They're not even on the complex yet, Nate.
So we have a long time here. We're going to be joined by some of the football players here in just a little bit. They're going to come up and talk to us here about the 2022 season, about what it means to be getting these rings here. And, we'll have a fun day of festivities here at Valparaiso. So what are you expecting here out of today's game, Nate?
I'm expecting two good pitchers going at it. We have Kroll is going for Valpo, the Louisville commit. He had a rough outing last time out against Lake Central, but I really expect him to bounce back and have a great performance at home tonight.
Yeah, last time out against, like you said, against Lake Central, the Indians are going to rough up a lot of opposing pitchers, even somebody as good as Caden Kroll. Lake Central's offense is going to make it a tough day for a lot of opposing pitchers. So we'll see what he has against a Crown Point team that comes in 6-5 on the season. Do the Bulldogs?
The thing about Crown Point is they have about 20 guys that have got at bats this year so far. So like Coach Strayer is really just trying to figure out who he's going to have, find his 9 guys that are ready to battle when it comes sectional week. Same thing with pitching. They have about 9 or 10 guys, different guys have been on the rubber so far. So he's just trying to find his niche, trying to find his group that's going to produce for them when it matters.
Yeah, and you play in this conference, you play, in class 4. It's about depth, and everybody could, most teams are going to have some studs, but again, how deep is your roster? We'll find that out, and that's something. This team here that you're seeing on the field, the Valpo football team, learned depth is huge when you're in a state tournament, no matter what the sport, because this is a Vikings team that you had some standout players, but it was 1 through 12 offensively, defensively as well. That this is a team that was led by their depth, and I don't care what sport you're talking about. It's so important in high school sports.
Yeah, and some of their guys were underclassmen too, with Justin Clark. Had those big touchdowns that late in the game there, that diving one when the clock expired to win the game for them. And he's back next year. They just have so many guys that produce on both sides of the ball, and it's such a great thing for a coach there to have.
What you're seeing now, and Ben, if you could zoom in a little bit, please, the players are opening the boxes with their rings. None of the players had saw the rings until just now. Coach Marshall had seen them, athletic director Stacy Adams, the assistant AD Don Clark. They've all seen it, but none of the players had seen their state championship rings until just this moment here. So you're seeing the elation out of these guys that they're seeing what they worked so hard for there, that state title ring.
Again, that's something they'll remember for the rest of their lives.
Absolutely. I thought that was pretty cool when they told me that none of the guys had seen it yet until that point. So it's again, a festive day here at Valparaiso. We're upstairs in the football press box, so the wind may take away some of our papers here. So, Nate, I'm relying on you to...
Hey, it's a great view up here.
Absolutely.
We got behind us, they're resurfacing the turf. To the right of us, we have about hole 4 or 5 on Forest Park. Kind of wishing we were over there a little bit. But right in front of us, we have getting ready to do a great team picture here with all the rings. And it's something these guys will remember forever.
Had Justin Cole downstairs for the Region Sports Network, capturing some video. We tried to bring that in for you remotely. It's just Wi-Fi didn't extend out that far. So we'll have some highlights of this ring ceremony for you coming up here on the Region Sports Network in the next few days. Nathan Laird, Nate Ramian here with you. Ben Tamara on the camera. Mike DeWine here helping us out. His first assignment with the Region Sports Network, new member to the roster. We're going to he already carried a table up. Well, he helped you, Nate, carry a table up. So
hey, shout out to the maintenance staff here.
That's true. We had to make a last-minute change in where we were getting set up, and they hooked us up with a table and some chairs up here in the box. So shout out to them.
Coach Adams always has a great team of staff to always get like this facility going. It's probably one of the nicer complexes in Northwest Indiana here, maybe even the state. It always looks great, always clean.
This is my first trip here to the baseball field.
Okay.
I have not seen a game here at this baseball stadium.
Last year when I was coaching, we played here at nighttime. We had a doubleheader here actually because of the awesome weather we had, and the lights here are awesome. They're the new style that they really just shine down so it doesn't glare like in the community next to us. So it really just only shines on the field.
That's
really nice.
That's really cool. I'm looking forward to seeing it once the sun goes down. You know, I may regret saying that now. I'm looking forward to the sun going down because it will get a little chilly out here, but looking forward to seeing the lights take effect here at Valpo. Again, you're watching the football state champion ring ceremony here on the Region Sports Network. Valpo's resuming their warm-ups. Crown Point not here yet. Does that surprise you a little bit? We don't see the Bulldogs yet, Nate?
No. You're dealing with the highway with 94 and
which was pretty backed up when I was heading here. So
yeah, maybe they're taking 30, try a different route.
Yeah, whatever way I took, don't take that. It took me forever to get here from the RSN studios, and it usually doesn't. So hopefully Crown Point took an alternate route than yours truly.
But one of the perks of playing here, we have lights, Nathan, so I don't think they're worried about darkness.
We're not getting called due to darkness or anything. We're going to be here, and Crown Point, no stranger to extra inning games. They won 11 against LaPorte, I believe, just last week. Took the loss to LaPorte. They had a 10-inning game earlier this season as well. So you look at the Bulldogs' record, and 6-5 on the year. But again, 2 extra innings losses. One goes 10, one goes 11. Then it seems like every other loss has been of the one-sided variety.
Yeah, again, it just really shows your depth and your top. When your top dudes are on, you're going to have a good day. But it really shows if your second, third string guys are not stepping up there. Those weekend games, those non-conference games where you're not throwing your ace or two, you got to be ready to go and make plays behind your pitcher.
Absolutely. So we have about 43 minutes till first pitch. So what we're going to do here, I think they expected the ring ceremony to take longer, to be honest with you. So what we're going to do is we're going to stop this stream. We are going to have a brand new stream coming up for you in about 35, 40 minutes or so. And we will bring you first pitch of the action between Crown Point and Valparaiso. So, again, that'll be on a new feed for you coming up in just a little bit. So stick with us here at Facebook.com/RegionSports, YouTube.com/RegionSports. We'll talk to you in about half an hour or so from Valparaiso. For our executive producer, Chris Ramirez, for Nate Ramian, Justin Cole, Ben Tamara, Mike DeWine. My name is Nathan Laird, saying thanks for watching. We'll talk to you guys here in a little bit from Valparaiso when it's time for the game. You're watching the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. By some of the captains of the Viking football team coming up here in a little bit. Crown Point just arriving for this baseball game, so not sure if we'll start right at 6 o'clock, but it'll be pretty close. Again, a DAC game, and anytime you get two teams squaring off in the DAC. It's always pretty fun.
Yeah, again, these are, when we got the lineups today, both aces are going against each other, so it'll be a fun matchup with Kroll versus Radonovich here. Both of their number ones ready to go, and this should be a great matchup here in Valpo.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing this one here today between the Vikings and the Bulldogs. Two teams that really need wins. Valpo just 2-4 on the season. Crown Point 6-5. But like we talked about earlier, they've lost some tight ones, including a 11-inning game against LaPorte last week. But then the next day against that same Slicer team, they lost by 10 runs.
Yeah, that's the nice part about the DAC is you don't have to wait a long time to play again. DAC, you go back-to-back days, Tuesday, Wednesday. So nice part is you don't see the same pitcher twice, but you have to go into your depth a little bit to see what kind of team you have.
There are, and I get all the good points about that you bring up. Part of me always likes that second matchup later on in the season when the conference races are maybe tightening up a little bit. Those rivalries start to build a little bit more rather than some matchups you're done by in the middle of April. I see both sides of it. I like those May matchups often brought a little bit more intensity out, I think.
I would rather face them again late May when it matters or early June when it matters.
That's very true as well. And these are two teams that could be playing again here in the postseason, which oddly enough doesn't seem like it's that far away at this point.
No, it's like seriously on the softball side, the draw's next Sunday already.
Yeah, the draw's the 30th for softball.
It's unbelievable how quick it's going.
Yeah, it's been a interesting spring weather-wise, but we got a nice night here tonight at Valparaiso here for some baseball for you. Crown Point and Valpo. Again, some of the Valpo football team members are going to be joining us here shortly. We're going to bring them up, have them introduce themselves, show off their brand new rings that they saw for the first time here today.
Those were not
pretty cool ceremony.
The normal rings you get from winning either.
No, those were nice.
They had some nice people around town to help out with some financially there.
Yeah. We're gonna, you guys are going to see them here on the stream here in just a little bit when these players come up and show off their hard-earned football state championship rings. Justin, I'm going to take that pencil there too. Thank you, sir. So let's, while we got some time here, while we're waiting for him, let's take a look at the starting lineups for both games. Let's start off with the home field, the Valparaiso Vikings. The defense, you're seeing that there on the screen. The infield from third to first is Andres Guzman, DJ Malloy at short, Trent Gill at second, and Trevor Fenters at first. The outfield from left to right is Max Ream, Miles Svelbar, and Ian Wilson. The Louisville-bound Caden Kroll. Not for a few more years is he going to be a Louisville Cardinal. He is on the hill throwing to Nate Broomfield. The Crown Point Bulldogs. Here's how their lineup will look. Let's get the Crown Point batting order on there, please. We'll get that on here for you in just a second. Learning some new software here. Today, the Crown Point batting order will be Luke Burford, the shortstop, leading things off. Blake Sabao, the first baseman, hits second. Austin Leeming, the left fielder, hits third. Jace Horton, the catcher, is the cleanup hitter. Chris Gloff is the designated hitter. Connor Cotton plays right field. Then he hits sixth. Noah Ehrlich, a name that Region Sports fans are familiar with, hits seventh and plays third. Another standout quarterback, we had Noah Ehrlich. Now J.J. Johnson, the quarterback for Crown Point last year, he plays center and hits eighth. And Caleb Schoonover rounds out the Bulldog lineup for Steve Strayer, hitting ninth and playing second base.
Not often you get two high-level quarterbacks back in the batting lineup now.
That's what happens when you get a transfer like that, like Noah Ehrlich, who plays multiple sports. So Crown Point taking their warm-ups here on the field. We weren't quite sure if they'd be warming up or not. Traffic was pretty bad. We talked about that earlier, so we'll give them the benefit of the doubt there on traffic coming here to Valparaiso. And we're going to be joined by some of the football players here in just a little bit. We're up on top of the football press box. Is an outstanding view room to roam around compared to the baseball box where we'd be cramped in like sardines.
Yeah, up here we have some room for activities.
That's very true. I don't know what activities you had in mind, Nate, but I'm going to call it a baseball game.
Yep.
You could build bunk beds up here, though.
We could do that, Nate. We
are not doing that. That's a Step Brothers reference for those of you who are like, what are they talking about? Just in case anybody hasn't seen that classic film.
Yeah. Talked to Coach Stacy Adams earlier. They were talking about the football field. They're resurfacing. They're trying to get it ready for tomorrow. They host a track meet tomorrow.
Okay.
So that's got to be done tonight, they said. So they're redoing it and putting new of the little tires down.
Those pellets down there.
And they're also redoing their scoreboard a little bit too.
Yeah, he said they're updating the scoreboard here. They're getting a new scoreboard in the basketball gym.
That's awesome.
Which is going to be really cool to see. Again, like you talked about earlier, these athletic facilities here. You look at this beautiful baseball field. To our right, the softball field is immaculate. The tennis courts. You have what, 7, 6, 8 courts over there?
Yeah, no, there's some over there too. I would say about 10 to 12 courts here, and they have the cleat house for the football.
Yeah, the brand new cleat house. They rebuilt that a couple seasons ago. Again, this football field getting resurfaced right now. Just an awesome athletic campus here at Valparaiso High School.
Pretty cool. Behind the softball field, there's a little multi-purpose field too for soccer practice. It looks like.
Yeah, it's really cool. Again, everything is state of the art here at Valparaiso. I think we're fortunate here in the region to look at some of the athletic facilities.
I agree
that our schools have. That you got some beautiful places. You look at what we were just at Lake Central last week for softball. You look at that softball and baseball facility. They're going to hopefully be getting lights there shortly as well. I had a chance to go into their gym last night. I've been there many times, but it's always nice to go in there. They announced their new basketball coach last night with Ryan Sexton being hired as the new basketball coach, so I had a chance to go into that gym last night. That's always a remarkable place to go and visit.
Crown Point's getting a brand new baseball field right after this year ends.
Oh, are they?
Yes. Baseball, softball's getting brand new. It's going to be pretty cool.
All right, so we're going to be joined by some of the members of the 2022 5A state champs. Who wants the mic first, guys? We need a volunteer. What's up, man? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Peter Crossan.
Yep.
There we go. I saw Peter on the front. You're a captain. I put 2 and 2 together there. We got the camera there. Let's show off the ring. What was the reaction when you first opened that box and saw that ring? Hold it up for the camera could see that.
They're huge.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. Yeah, they're really heavy, but blew my mind. I mean, compared to we got the state runner-up rings our freshman year, and these are like 3 times the size of those. So.
And you hadn't seen it before today, right?
No.
That's fantastic.
So yeah.
What does it mean to you to be able to come out and celebrate? I'm sure it's been months of celebration for you guys and having a lot of fun winning that state title. But again, come out, support the baseball team as well, and get a bunch of people here celebrating your state championship.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, it's just another event we get to do to kind of appreciate winning a state title. And I mean, obviously, since a little kid, that's something I've dreamed of, and kind of really taking it in now and appreciating it more. With getting our rings, it's kind of the final stamp on 2022 state championship. So,
yeah, and do you look at that as maybe bittersweet in a little bit of way, that it's kind of that final stamp, or is it kind of like, all right, this is icing on the cake, if you will?
Yeah, because now, I mean, some of the guys who won it, now they get another opportunity to go win a second one, so that'd be cool. But now with transitioning into college football, my next goal is to win a national championship. So,
where are you going to go play at?
Marion University.
Awesome, man. Great. That's an awesome program. What was it that took you to Marion?
Just the environment. And honestly, they were the first school who recruited me, and they recruited me hard throughout the whole process, and I just kind of fell in love with the program. And then Coach Karras, who actually was recruiting me to St. Francis initially, and then he transitioned into Marion's head coach this offseason, and I've just always had a really good relationship with him, so that helped kind of solidify my decision and going there. So
yeah, and you get to go play for a region guy in college football as well, which you can't beat that at all. Well, congratulations, man. Thanks for coming up.
I appreciate it.
There's some T-shirts for you guys over there on your way out. Go grab a T-shirt, then we'll pass it on to the next guy here. How you doing? Go ahead. Camera right there. Go ahead and introduce yourself. You don't got a Letterman's jacket on, so
Connor McCall, defensive lineman.
Connor, congratulations. What was your first thought when you opened up that giant box there with that blank inside?
Well, I knew I was expecting something great, and when I opened it up and saw just the size of it, it just my eyes lit up, and I was so excited to see it.
What's the most important thing you learned from today and just going forward?
I think it's just giving back to our school, supporting other teams such as the baseball team coming out just on a great night, and just supporting other teams.
And what are your plans again for next year?
I'm going to Indiana University to study finance.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Thanks for joining us. Enjoy that. Don't lose that. That's got to go in safety deposit box somewhere or something.
Sounds good.
All right. Thanks, Connor. Next guy up.
Make sure you grab a T-shirt over there.
Yeah, go ahead if you can introduce yourself on camera right there.
I'm Jonah Kyle.
Jonah, congratulations. What does a day like today mean to you, and with the community you always having your guys' backs as well?
It means so much to me. It's a real great thing when you have a community that follows you in your highest moment. And we 11-3, so it's like we saw a very good season, incredibly good season. But the community followed us all throughout those 3 losses too. So to see the community really swell up and come out to support us on a day as big as today really means a whole lot to me.
You gonna be wearing that thing to school tomorrow?
Oh yeah, come on.
I think everybody is,
Oh
right?
yeah, come on.
You gotta show it off and everything, and gotta tell everybody not just I won this, I earned this.
Exactly.
Again, what are your plans for next year, and we'll go moving forward with this?
I'm going to Trine University. Gonna play some ball. Yeah, very excited.
Bunch of region guys over at Trine already. Do you know a lot of the guys that are already there? Or?
No, but more and more people keep contacting me and reaching out to me. So it's like it's quickly becoming a thing that like a lot of region guys at Trine.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you see the ring, it attracts a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, show that ring off, Ben. If we could zoom in on that thing a little bit here, get another shot in case anybody missed that earlier.
If you notice, on the side of it, it says their last name.
Yep.
Okay.
We even got the position here. Hold on.
Take it off.
Yeah.
There we go. So then we got on this side we have Vikings 11-3. Got the blue on the state where we're at. Then on the other side you got last name, number, and position.
That's awesome.
It's really cool.
That's fantastic. So Jonah, congratulations once again.
Thanks for
joining us.
Thank you.
Over there, see Mike over there. Grab some for your teammates who didn't come up as well. We got, I like when they wear their Letterman's jackets. I know who they are. We got Rocco Machichi joining us. Not only state champion, game-winning touchdown. That hasn't, you haven't gotten tired of hearing that yet, have you?
Maybe a little bit.
A little bit.
No
Come on, man. You don't need to be modest. We're.
I mean, I have like people like recognizing me like at just random places I go.
You wear their Letterman's jacket out and people are like, all right, that's the state champion.
They saw my last name. I was like, oh, they were like, oh, that's the kid that did that. I was like,
do you have that video of you going in the end zone on your phone somewhere?
oh yeah.
Oh, you have to.
How many versions of it do you have?
I've got a couple angles. I've got like 3 angles.
Yeah.
And mom and dad probably have a frame-by-frame photos of it and printed out and framed in the house and everything.
Yeah, my grandpa always watches it. Always texts me every morning that he watched it.
As he should, man. That's a lifetime accomplishment that people just dream of.
Yeah.
What was going through your mind when you made that play? And I'm sure you've answered that question a million times. The knee almost touched.
Yeah.
It clearly didn't, but it almost did. And then you dive in the end zone, and your first thought that you can say on the air was, we just won a state championship, right?
Yeah. It was just like a great feeling. Like as I looked up from the ground and I saw the ref's hands go up that I scored, it was crazy. And I didn't even like realize what I did until school a couple days later when my friends was like, oh, you did what every kid dreamed of doing in high school sports. I was like, that's when it really hit me.
That's when it hit you.
Yeah.
And especially bringing a state title to this town, which is so sports crazy and has such a tradition of excellence, a football state title, first in 40 years? 48 years, almost 50 years. Has that part of it sunk in yet? It's been nearly 50 years.
It still hasn't fully sunk in, to be honest. I don't know. Like,
I get it.
I get it, man.
I don't get it, but I get it.
even at our senior banquet, one of the first things I said was, it's crazy that we did this and it still hasn't sunk into me.
Mm-hmm.
And just that it's going to live with me forever.
That
our team did that.
That touchdown will live with Valpo athletics history forever.
Mm-hmm.
If your kids come through or something like that goes through, yep, that was my dad.
And that's a region football all-time highlight as well. And you look at all the great players that have come through the region, your play is going to be up there. Somebody puts the top 10 region plays of all time, that's going to be up there on the list. So, again, the historical aspect maybe hasn't hit you yet, but for somebody who's seen a lot of region football, that's up there, man.
Yeah.
That's an awesome
Thank
play.
you.
What's up next for you?
I'm not playing football in college, but I am going to IU for college.
Do you know what you're going to major in?
No, I'm doing exploratory first year.
Oh, that's
cool.
It takes time to get down there, get used to
Yeah.
whole college lifestyle and everything. Congratulations on all your success.
Thank you.
Scoring that touchdown. We got some T-shirts over there for you. Grab some for some teammates that didn't come up, and we'll bring Coach on.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Rocco. Appreciate it, man. You did good, man.
Taking phone calls.
I have my son. He's down there watching the game. He's like, I thought we were watching this together.
We'll get you, Coach. We'll get your son here shortly. Thanks for joining us, for bringing the guys up here.
Yeah.
It's an absolutely awesome day for you guys. Like we talked about with Peter Cross and Mate, bittersweet in a way for a lot of these guys. It's the last kind of celebratory thing.
Yeah.
But icing on the cake as well. That
It is. I mean, as a head coach, you worry first, like, I hope we don't slaughter their names. Like, I really hope we get everybody's name phonetically correct and everybody shows up on time. And
it's just like being a broadcaster in that regard.
Yeah, absolutely.
As well.
You got to do all your homework ahead of time. And so we've been working on this project, Coach Clark and myself, when we got the nod from our superintendent, Dr. McCall, to kind of modify our rings from what they had traditionally been and kind of make the standard now moving forward for our new rings for all championship teams. And so we're looking forward to what girls gymnastics does with theirs as they just won too. And so, Dr. McCall and Stacey Adams and Don Clark have been, really instrumental in kind of this new transition of rings, but also, our facilities too. I know you guys are here to cover some DAC baseball at its finest, and so looking at our field and being able to go ahead and square off against Crown Point, but also recognize some of our players that are on the baseball team is really neat for us.
What is one thing you'll really remember from today's action?
I think, the reveal. It definitely was not my idea. This was one of our coaches, Coach Clark's idea. Like, we're going to have them all open it at the same time.
Yeah.
And so not only that, but just hearing from the parents and then hearing from our administration, like, you should have seen the look on the coaches' faces too, because nobody had an idea what to expect. And so just kind of that image will be
because it was a very limited group from what I understand that song. It was you, Stacey Adams, Don Clark, superintendent,
and that's about it. Yeah,
that had seen them, and those are, again, we've showed a close up a couple times. Those are absolutely awesome. Who designed those? Who came up with the idea for that?
So the design I actually came up with and kind of worked on something that I saw from other vendors that had kind of submitted bids to us and stuff like that, and took bits and pieces of what they had and kind of really ingrained it all into one. But the approval, again, like I said, came from our athletic director and Dr. McCall to go ahead and really modify what we've been doing since, the last ring that I saw that is different is the 1975 state championship ring, which was actually gold with a giant green stone on top of it. And I had to go back to the research, and one of our chain gang members sent me a picture. He was on that team.
Oh, really?
So to kind of see and really bring the essence back to what a state championship football ring looked like, but now have something that is the standard for Valpo High School is really neat to do.
That's Super Bowl ring.
Yeah, no, it definitely is.
Huge,
but it's symbolic of everything that we are. Our bold font V, it has our green and our white. It has things that are personalized to each player. The state of Indiana, the big tradition carryover is the blue stone. So as I'm sure, I think Jonah or somebody said it, on the state of Indiana, there is a blue stone. And so if we, were to get a runner-up ring, we'll have a red stone in there too. So just to carry on the tradition of the old ring, but also start and pave a new way with a new ring.
Yeah, it's going to be cool tomorrow at school to see all those guys walking around with those.
Yeah.
Every single one of them is wearing that to school tomorrow and showing it off.
Without a doubt. And I told them, it's probably just me and being type A a little bit. I'm like, guys, you can post what you want on Instagram, Snapchat, and everything else, but realize you're just putting a target on your back. So I said, let the seniors live it up. Let them have a little fun with it. You guys just stay quiet, put it on your shelf, and start working towards another.
Yeah, because you said those guys, they already have a target. Those juniors and sophomores and freshmen, people are going to be gunning for you guys for that next year.
Yeah.
And, I personally would still show it off and maybe do a little trash talking, but that's just me, and it'd be hard not to.
Yeah. Now since January we've emphasized, guys, it's time to close the book. I mean, the chapter's over. Now it's the 2023 chapter, but this is a nice little. A little note, if you will, in the 2022 carry to 2023 season to get us all back together as a team.
Does this just kind of finalize that for you as a coach as well? This is like, all right, officially we are done.
Yeah, like I am just slamming this thing at this point.
You're done.
Because I've been done, and not in a bad way, obviously, but just
coaches,
ready.
You have to move on.
You have to. You got to prep. You have to plan.
You're already planning for next year's week 1.
Yeah, we are, absolutely, and we're in the midst right now of that limited contact period that the state of Indiana allows us to have. So Monday and Wednesday nights we're going. We're lifting 4 days a week right after school. We're trying to see where our depth chart's at. We got a lot of moving parts, and this has been a nice reprieve and break from all of that planning to come out and celebrate something like this.
To go back and look on all the accomplishments.
And
an awesome season, Coach. Thanks again for letting us come out and broadcast and sending the guys up and showing off the rings and everything. Can we get one more shot of the
absolutely.
ring?
So got our bold V there.
There we go. That's
green and white, Kelly green and white. On the other side, you can see the state of Indiana. Nice blue stone located where Valpo's at. And then on the other side, they got to personalize it with their name, number on the helmet, and then the position group I coach, the defensive line. But they all put their own position groups as well. And then obviously 2022 to wrap it all up on the very bottom.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That is awesome. Coach, thanks again. We appreciate you doing
Absolutely.
this.
Thank you, guys. Let's enjoy some
That's
DAC
right.
baseball. I heard Crown Point had a little busing issue, but they're here, and we're about to kick off, so we're ready.
We're ready to go here, so we got some baseball coming up. Let's take a timeout. See if we're learning new software, so we'll see if Justin can get us to a timeout here. He will. I know he's got it. So we're going to take a timeout. We'll be back with DAC baseball after this here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Top reasons to work at Strack and Van Til.
Many opportunities to grow.
Flexible hours.
Outstanding benefits like paid vacation time and holidays.
Enjoy health benefits in a 401k plan.
I always feel like I'm part of the team.
Premium and competitive pay.
The sign-on and referral bonuses help to find the perfect talent.
Text STRAX to 97211 to apply today, or visit our site at strackandvantil.com/careers. Nobody else will give you the opportunities that we do.
Crown Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
From schools to stadiums, hospitals, and bridges, everywhere you look, union carpenters are building Indiana. With jobs and skilled trades in high demand, there's never been a better time to start building your future. As an apprentice, you'll earn a debt-free college degree, earn while you learn, and receive great benefits like healthcare and retirement. So what are you waiting for? Visit carpenters.com to learn more. Visit carpenters.com and start building your future today.
Back out here at Valparaiso High School, Nathan Laird and Nate Ramian with you. Justin Coles, our on-site producer. Ben Tamara on the camera. Mike DeWine helping us out here as well. Thank you for tuning in here on a Tuesday evening, game night in the region. Some DAC baseball, Crown Point and Valpo about to square off the first of back-to-back games between these two. That's the Duneland setup Nate and I were talking about earlier. Play one game on Tuesday, then you switch sites, play again on Wednesday, weather permitting, of course. So tomorrow these two teams will meet up at Crown Point High School. And Nate, you talked about how you like that format earlier this year. And you got a good one tonight that unfortunately we weren't able to get on the coverage schedule. But you got a huge DAC series tonight, starting tonight as LaPorte goes to Lake Central, two teams at the top of the standings.
Again, both have two really good pitchers. They're both going to be going probably at each other tonight. And again, we'll see if that one goes to extra innings or who takes that big step in the DAC.
Yeah, and so that's going to be interesting to follow. This series is going to be interesting to follow. Both teams need to, these teams, especially Crown Point, Valpo at 2-4 on the season. There's plenty of season left. Can't say they're out of it just yet. Both these teams could really, really use a sweep of the two-game series.
Yeah, again, with the weather here, you got to be ready to go every night. And there's going to be some nights where you got to play a doubleheader. We did that last year against Valpo. Every game matters. Every DAC game matters. It goes by so fast. And it takes 1 through how many are in your dugout to win these games, because winning in the DAC is not easy. It takes every play matters, every hit, every pitch. It all comes down together.
Yeah, and we'll go over the lineups here in just a few minutes. We gave them to you already. We'll give them to you once again as Crown Point finishing their warm-ups. They had a bus issue delaying their arrival. I think they still got to see some of the trophies and everything, though, when they walked in.
I think it was somehow put behind their dugout.
That's weird.
I'm not sure who did that or why that was there, but I think the trophy case was behind the Crown Point dugout for some reason.
Let's take a look at the Valpo defensive alignment for you. You see that on screen. We're playing with some new graphics here. Like I said, we got some new streaming software, so we're going to be showing you guys some new graphics, trying to do some new stuff for you. Max, the outfield left to right, Max Ream, Miles Felbar, and Ian Wilson. The infield third to first is Andres Guzman, DJ Malloy, Trent Gill, and Trevor Fenters. Caden Kroll on the hill for the Vikings, throwing to Nate Broomfields. Caden Kroll on the season, 1-1. He's pitched 7 innings so far this year. He's given up 8 runs, 6 of them, and earns a 6.00 ERA. 12 strikeouts compared to just 6 walks. But, Nate, that whip is at an even 2.
Yeah, again,
that's a number he's got to get down.
A lot of these high numbers were from last outing against Lake Central.
Right.
But most teams are going to have a rough pitching performance against Lake Central.
Right, we saw that for Valpo last week against the Indians. Valpo gave up 11 runs one night and then 13 runs the next when they were at LC. So, again, Lake Central is going to put up a lot of runs on a lot of teams. The Crown Point batting order will look like this. Luke Burford leads things off, plays short. Blake Sabau is the first baseman. He hits second. Austin Leeming, the left fielder, hits third. Jace Horton is the catcher. He's the cleanup hitter. Chris Gloff, the DH, hits fifth. Connor Cotton in right field hits sixth. Noah Ehrlich plays third and hits seventh. J.J. Johnson patrols center field, and he hits eighth. And Caleb Schoonover rounds out Steve Strayer's lineup, playing second base. For the Bulldogs, we'll find their stat sheet here. Chris Gloff, the DH, hitting .269 with a 733 OPS. One of the better hitters in this order. Blake Sabau, the first baseman, .345 and 866 OPS. He's driven in 4. Ryan Radonovich, who's pitching today, leads the team with 10 RBIs, but we're not going to see him in the lineup.
Yeah, that's interesting because the way Coach Strayer did his lineup, he could maybe enter him later as the DH spot. So if he takes the other guy out, he can enter that spot to hit. But the way Radonovich is pitching this year, his ERA is 0.
Yeah, he's been outstanding. He's 1-0. This is his 6th appearance. He's thrown 15 innings. He's given up 6 hits. He's given up 1 run. It was not earned, so Nate did the math there. 0 ERA. 17 strikeouts compared to just 8 walks. That whip 0.93, so less than a runner on average per inning gets on base against Ryan Radonovich.
And they're only hitting .96 against him.
Wow.
So,
and again, for a Valpo lineup that we've been talking about, those bats need to wake up a little bit. You're going up against the ace of this Crown Point staff.
Again, this might come into let's do some small ball a little bit.
Right.
Put the ball in play, put the pressure on both teams here, and let's see who can make the less mistakes will win this game.
Does the turf still play a factor, or has it been long enough with Lake Central having it a couple years for Valpo and the amount of off-season work these guys get into? Does the playing surface give the home team any sort of advantage anymore?
I think it does because you're on it every day. Crown Point has playing grass.
Right.
If it's raining or something, it's raining or it was raining earlier in the day, it's muddy, you can't get on there, and these guys can. And so they know how to field the bunts. Stuff's going to skip in the outfield, so the outfield's got to do a really good job of cutting the ball off in the gaps, and the home field advantage will play into effect here.
Yeah. Yeah, I just didn't know, like I said, with it being more commonplace, if we're seeing, since more teams have it, you're used to it, but I agree. The home team is definitely going to have an advantage. Looks like we got Larry Babcock behind home plate, so.
He must not have a volleyball game tonight. He is the Portage volleyball coach.
He is. And Larry's a friend of the program, so if we take any shots at him, they're all in jest, or at least we can tell him that. It's time for our national anthem. Our national anthem as we're set for baseball here from Valpo. I keep wanting to say Viking Field, and we are on top of the press box at Viking Field. I don't know if we can transfer that name over.
For today, we can.
Okay. We're here at Viking Field. And again, we're celebrating the football team as well, so we can call it the Viking Diamond for today as Valpo gets set to take the field against Crown Point, and Luke Burford going to lead things off. Had a chance to talk to his dad before the game, who is a member of the coaching staff of Valpo football. So he was out there with his Valpo coaching gear on, but then he said right after the ceremony he was going to have to switch and put his Crown Point gear on and support his son.
That's kind of the cool things about region football and region sports is so many different coaches and players live in different towns. So you got to be ready to go with your kid, your employer.
As they go through the lineups here, we'll give you our Economy Electric Heating and Cooling first pitch forecast, brought to you by our friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. Right now here in Valparaiso, it's 55 degrees, sunny skies. The sun will continue for the rest until it goes down, so we're not going to have any cloud coverage coming in. That makes sense. The sun will continue until it goes down.
I hope so.
I know my weather. Tonight's going to get into the 40s, but no chance of rain. Winds around 8 miles an hour, so pretty beautiful night here for baseball from Valparaiso as Caden Kroll gets set to take his final warm-up pitches. And again, Nate, we talked about last rough outing last time against Lake Central. How important is it for him and for this team for him to turn things around tonight?
It is gigantic for them. He is their leader on the mound and leader as a whole, so they go as he goes. And
just a sophomore.
And he's just a sophomore. So that's awesome for him to have that responsibility this young and just to know the team will be on his back and we're ready to go to defend him at all costs here.
So time for some baseball here from Valpo as Burford steps into the box. Larry Babcock's telling Kroll to hold up. Here's the first pitch from Kroll. I don't know if he got a piece of that. It was definitely off the catcher's mask for a strike.
He likes to mix up speeds a lot. He has a really good changeup. He likes to live that. He lives down with that. So
The 0-1. Big swing and a miss. Burford quickly down 0-2. The 0-2. Joss gets a piece of that one, fouls that one back to the fence. Count will stay at 0-2.
So he's been hard, slow, hard to hard. So let's see if he mixes something up here. In, out, or he goes right at him still, 0-2.
The 0-2 is in the dirt. Going to be 1-2. Burford, Sabal, and Leeming are the scheduled hitters for Crown Point. Caden Kroll on the hill for the Vikings. The 1-2. Catcher is able to hold on to it. Strike number 3. And for Caden Kroll, who needed a nice bounce-back game, that's a good way to get started, Nate.
Yeah, again, he was a lot of strikes there and right after these batters and challenging them, making them hit his good stuff.
That'll bring up Blake Sabal, the first baseman. First pitch misses low, 1-0.
It's always cool after there's an event like this and the other teams stay and support the other teams.
Absolutely. We see a lot of the football players here. A lot of them wearing RSN shirts. We had some RSN shirt giveaways for them. Big swing and a miss. Count at 1-1. Waiting for these lights. The lights aren't on yet, but I'm waiting for them to take effect. And we will see that tonight, but you were telling me how cool the lights were.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
The 1-1. Swing and a miss there. And you can see with every pitch, every swing and miss, Cole's gaining some of that confidence.
He just has that swagger to him.
Right.
He's got that confidence that.
And he's working in really good, he's got a really good rhythm going here.
Yeah.
The 1-2 inside. Count will go even at 2-2. They don't have dimensions on the fence here at Valpo, but the straightaway center doesn't look too deep, but the gaps
The gaps are gigantic.
The gaps are gigantic.
And the ball with the turf, it'll roll forever.
Yeah. You see that a lot at Lake Central. Sabal just gets a piece of it to stay alive at 2-2.
A couple years ago, there was a kid from Lake Central that he broke the triples record.
I'm
gonna have to get back to that one.
Hopefully Jeff Sander is watching. He can text me.
I hope he is. But it just rolled in the gaps. He lived right center, and it just rolled. He broke this. I think it was the Indiana triples record.
Yeah. The 2-2 from Kroll. High and inside. Count is full.
As that sun goes down, you're going to see how the right side of the field will take effect here.
Yeah, you can see the shadows kind of keep creeping across. The 3-2. Got him looking. Strike number 3. 2 hitters, 2 strikeouts for Caden Kroll.
He just went fastball there. Looked like it was away a little bit, and he just blew by him.
So that'll bring up Austin Leeming, the left fielder. First pitch swinging, pops it up out of play.
One of the keys of getting to Kroll early is you got to swing at the fastball. Let the other stuff go and attack that fastball.
Leeming on the season, hitting .500. This is his 8th game. 4 for 8 on the season. Looks at a strike. 0-2 the count. Strike number 3. Caden Kroll strikes out the side. It's exactly what he and the Vikings needed to get this one going. We're going to the bottom of the first. Valpo and Crown Point are scoreless. You're watching high school baseball on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Top reasons to work at Strack and Van Til.
Many opportunities to grow.
Flexible hours.
Outstanding benefits like paid vacation time and holidays.
Enjoy health benefits in a 401k plan.
I always feel like I'm part of the team.
Premium and competitive pay.
The sign-on and referral bonuses help to find the perfect talent.
Text STRAX to 97211 to apply today, or visit our site at strackandventil.com/careers. Nobody else will give you the opportunities that we do.
Hi, I'm Crown Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City. Let's get you the batting lineup for the Vikings here as they start things off in the bottom of the first. Leading things off is the second baseman, Trent Gill. He'll be followed by Miles Svelbar, the center fielder. Caden Kroll, the pitcher, hits third. Andres Guzman, the third baseman, is the cleanup hitter. Nate Broomfield, the catcher, hits fifth. Max Ream plays left, and he hits sixth. Ian Wilson hits seventh, playing right fielder. His first baseman, Trevor Fenters, hits eighth and plays first. And DJ Malloy, the shortstop, rounds things out for Todd Evans's Valparaiso Vikings. The Crown Point defense will look like this. The outfield from left to right is Austin Leeming, J.J. Johnson, and Connor Cotton. The infield third to first is Noah Ehrlich, Luke Burford, Caleb Schoonover, Blake Sabow. Ryan Radovich, he of the 0.00 ERA on the hill, throwing to Jace Horton. And Nate, we got an answer to that question we were asking about. Your dad came through.
Zach Turnbow.
Thanks. Doug Nelson, Johnny on the spot. As always, I shouldn't be surprised there that Doug quickly had the answer to that one.
Zach Turnbow. Don't expect any more.
Don't expect any more?
I would not expect anything else.
Wow.
He would know that.
He would, but he's a knowledgeable human being.
Yeah. I agree.
Nate taking shots there at his family.
No, that was a good one. I said he would know that.
But you said he wouldn't know any more than that.
I did not mean.
Come on, Nate. Don't be taking shots now.
Be getting a text in about 3, 2, 1.
How long is the delay till we get till it gets online? About 30 seconds. Then you'll be getting that as Trent Gill leads things off for the Vikings. He's going to IU. He's a commit for the Hoosiers on the season, hitting .375. Looks at the first pitch, which misses low, ball one. And just a freshman. Already committed to go play ball for the Hoosiers. Second pitch for Radonovich. Misses outside, 2-0.
And that text came through.
There it went. Probably not something you can read on air. There's a shot past a diving Burford into left field for a base hit. Trent Gill. Ty Gill was his brother. Gets things started off right for the Vikings. First hit of the ball game.
Kind of what we talked about earlier. You got to lay off the guy's secondary pitches. Hit the fastball. Don't let him get deep in their counts. Hit the fastball early, then you can control that.
Looks like they're not putting the hits on screen, but we'll keep track of them. As Miles Svelbar up next for the Vikings. Looks at a strike. Svelbar hitting .353. He's driven in 3. He has one extra base hit, which was a double on the season. Throw back to first. Gill back in plenty of time. Just the 7th hit of the season given up by Ryan Radonovich. in 15-plus innings pitched. Big hack comes up empty. Svelbar down 0-2.
Gill does have 3 stolen bases on the year. So that's coming back from Coach Strayer's got that scouting report. They know, everyone knows each other.
Right.
They played with each other in the summer. They know everyone's tendencies here.
Radonovich looking in 0-2. Misses inside. Count is 1-2. Gill 3 stolen bases in 5 attempts on the season. And like you said, maybe not with 2 strikes, but this time where you look to play small ball. Just advance that runner any way you can. Way upstairs, count even at 2-2. Radonovich taking his time in between pitches. Getting the signal from Horton. The 2-2. So runner takes off, swing and a miss. What do they say? Yep. Oh, no, they strike him out, throw him out, and Gill looked confused there. Gill thought it was a foul ball, I think, because he definitely slowed up.
But even if the catcher catches it, it's game on.
Right.
So he probably thought it went away, and that's just a freshman mistake there.
Yeah.
You got to just go through it. Make the umpire get you go back. Just get to the base and make the umpire not let you stay there.
Because he definitely took some stutter steps there, like he thought it was a dead ball. As here comes Caden Kroll. Fouls off the first pitch.
I'm sure Coach Evans will have some words with him.
Yeah.
Just to remind him.
Fouls that one back to the fence, 0-2.
But that's some momentum that Crown Point's got to build off of.
Right. You give up the leadoff single, but then your defense steps up and gets the caught stealing. Aided out by a mental mistake, but still, you're able to take advantage. Swing and a miss, strike 3. We've had 6 outs so far in this game. 5 of them have been of the strikeout variety. Through 1 complete. Crown Point scoreless, Valpo scoreless. We'll be back with the top of the second here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
From schools to stadiums, hospitals, and bridges, everywhere you look, union carpenters are building Indiana. With jobs and skilled trades in high demand, there's never been a better time to start building your future. As an apprentice, you'll earn a debt-free college degree, earn while you learn, and receive great benefits like healthcare and retirement. So what are you waiting for? Visit carpenters.com to learn more. Visit carpenters.com and start building your future today.
Scheduled hitters for Crown Point in the top of the second is Jace Horton, Chris Gloff, and Connor Cotton. That's the 4, 5, and 6 hitters in the order as Caden Kroll struck out the side the last time up. 5 strikeouts combined between the first 2 pitchers in that first inning. Nate, we got ourselves a pitcher's duel in store tonight.
Yeah, again, a lot of these guys, they throw a lot of strikes. So that you got to be ready to go in the box. You can't take many pitches. Hit the first fastball you see and don't miss it.
As Kroll's last warm-up pitch went way high.
To
and
the backstop.
Thankfully, Coach Steve Strayer paused before he walked across because that could have been ugly.
It's good to see Coach out there.
Absolutely.
A couple years ago, he had a little health issue. Glad to see. He's one of the best around.
Yeah, he's a great coach, great guy. Always like talking baseball with Coach Strayer.
Every time I see him, he still reminds me what happened in my sectional final game. We'll get to that later.
Oh, I was gonna say what happened. Don't leave us hanging.
We were winning early against Crown Point, of course, and I'm on first. And our best player, Tony Checky, went to Michigan State. He actually swung and missed, and the bat flew into the crowd.
Oh!
And I'm standing on first base watching the bat all-state catcher Jose Andrade picks me off at first. And I'll never –
Did that end the game?
No, it was like in the fourth.
Okay.
And after that, we got like a double, and the wheels fell off. But Coach Strayer still
reminds you of that?
Lets me hear about it.
It's harsh, man.
Hey. Sectional final, too.
The 1-1. Kroll took something off that one. 1-2 to Horton. The 1-2 in there. Horton looks at strike 3.
Looks like that was a backdoor curveball there. Kroll's got everything working tonight.
That's his 4th strikeout in just as many hitters faced. And that will bring up Chris Gloff, the designated hitter. Hitting .269. He's got a pair of doubles, 2 RBIs. He's drawn 3 walks. Looks at a strike. He has struck out in 4 times in 33 plate appearances, so
it's a good sign he's going to put the ball in play.
Yep. The 0-1 misses low, count even at 1-1.
You look at where he's at in the box. He is on top of the plate. Look at that front foot. He's on it. He makes you challenge him.
He's been hit by a pitch twice this year in 10 games played. 2-1. Trying to think who the young man is for Lake Central, who gets hit by a ton of pitches. Catcher. Maybe your dad will come through with that one too. 2-1. Gloff fouls it back to the fence. Count even at 2-2. Stay with us after the game. We'll name the Crowell Companies Lantern Man Superhero of the game. That's brought to you by the Crowell Companies. They're the insurance superheroes and are proud to recognize the superheroes on the baseball diamond. Part of me thinks we'll be picking between 2 pitchers for that award. Strike 3 looking. 5th strikeout of the game for Caden Kroll, and that'll bring up Connor Cotton. Nate, what's he doing to completely fool these Crown Point hitters? Because out of his 5 Ks, 3 of them have been of the looking variety.
He really mixed up his pitches well. They all come from the same angle, so you got to be ready to go fast. And with his lefty, he really hides everything. So you got till from here to half the way to the mound to know how fast you got to go. Everything looks the same until the last second.
First pitch to Cotton is a strike. And as we talked about in the top of the first, he's got good rhythm on the mound. That one misses low. He's not letting the hitter throw off his sense of timing or anything. They are working on his pace, and he's controlling the tempo there on the mound.
Yeah, you're the pitcher. That's your job. You're going to run the game.
On 1 swing and a miss. And if he's able to locate that off-speed stuff and still have that electric fastball, it's going to be a long day for these Crown Point hitters.
Yeah.
The 1-2 gets him square in the back. Connor Cotton's going to head down to first the hard way.
Again, that's one of those, you're up in the count, there's 2 outs. Just go right at him.
Right.
Don't try to get so fancy. No one's touched you yet.
For Cotton, that's the 3rd time this season he's been hit by a pitch. And for Kroll, that's the first hitter he's hit this year. So runner on 2 outs for Noah Ehrlich, the 3rd baseman. Noah hitting .222 on the season. He's driven in 4. He's got 1 double, 2 walks compared to 4 strikeouts.
He's a big add-on to this team, with him moving in.
Yeah, to this team, to the school's athletic program. Outstanding quarterback for the Hobart Brickies the last couple years. Looks at strike 1. And we hear the Valpo football fans are reminding him where he used to play at. And little bit trash, complete off speed. And the Viking football players that are here really getting into giving Noah Ehrlich a little bit of the business here.
That's the fun part about it.
It's fun.
It's DAC. There's other sports cheering on other sports. It's awesome.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Ehrlich down on strikes. 3 more strikeouts for Caden Kroll. He's got 6 of them through 2 innings. We go to the bottom of the second. Valpo, Crown Point still scoreless here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at forajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com. Vikings to bat here in the bottom of the second. Scheduled hitters for Gang Green include Andres Guzman, Nate Brunfield, and Max Ream. They picked up 1 hit in the top of the first, but their runner was caught stealing, so they were not able to make anything out of it. 2 strikeouts for Ryan Radonovich in that bottom of the first inning. The lights are not on yet here, but I assume we're going to see them turned on soon.
They are on.
They are on. Okay. Oh, okay. I see it now.
The low ones are on. You can see them.
Got it.
Because they're instants.
Okay. It doesn't take time for them to warm up and everything.
No.
You can tell I'm excited. I am.
I can tell. I think
you built my hopes up, Nate.
One of the first schools to have these was Highland. A couple years ago, they went to these new ones. It adds so much to it.
Guzman swings at the first pitch, chops it over to first. Sabal fields it himself, flips it to Radonovich, covering the bag. 1 pitch, 1 out, 3-1 on the putout for out number 1. Bring up Nate Brunfield. Brunfield, a .467 hitter on the season. 3 runs driven in. He has a double.
He does lead the team in hits with 7.
Valpo has a team looking for their first home run of the season. Big swing and a miss, strike 1. I don't know if today's the day you're going to get one. Really not much wind to speak of. It's not that warm outside.
You got 2 really good pitchers going at
it. And you got a pitcher on the hill for Crown Point who hasn't given up an earned run all season.
Yeah.
And Radonovich picking up his tempo here. Ground ball up the middle. That's through for a base hit. Nate Broomfield picks up the second Viking hit of the evening. A 1-out single puts 1 on with 1 out for Max Ream.
Nice.
We got
this nice rule I got with the catcher.
Yeah.
Time the catcher gets on, you get an automatic runner to speed up the game.
Coming in 2-run for the Vikings is Philip Amons. As Max Ream, as I mentioned, comes to the plate. Ream hitting .462. 1 hit behind, or now 2 hits behind Broomfield with 6 hits on the season. He's driven in 4. He's got a pair of doubles. See if he can move that runner on. Second runner on so far in this game for the Vikings. Looks at a strike.
You see the right fielder really shading with his glove in hand, trying to block that sun.
Yeah.
Something at him could be interesting.
We also see the center fielder shading over to left. There's a huge gap in right center if Ream is able to take it the other way. High in the zone, called a strike, 0-2, gets the top part of it.
A lot of these teams, again, like I said earlier, they have the scouting reports. They know
Right.
where most of the teams go and where the hitters' tendencies are.
Radanovic gets the sign from Horton. As the runner takes off, Radanovic steps off. They're going to have him in a rundown. And it looks like another Valpo base running error as Burford's going to hit the tag on, caught stealing once again. And Amons was taken off, and I think that the dugout had to yell to Radanovic, he's going, because he didn't notice him at first.
He did a really good job of not panicking on the mound and not balking. He just stayed calm and listened to his teammates and stepped off.
And just like that, 0-2, 2 outs. Ground ball to Burford. Over to first in plenty of time for out number 3. In the innings, no runs, 1 hit. No errors, no runners left on base after the caught stealing attempt. We're going to the top of the third. Still scoreless here between Crown Point and Valpo on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Develop skills that will last for a lifetime with an apprenticeship with the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers Local 4, Indiana, Kentucky. The apprenticeship and training program is committed to developing highly skilled bricklayers, terrazzo workers, and ceramic tile setters to provide the construction industry with the best hands in the business. If you are currently working non-union and want better pay with benefits, or if you think learning a new skill with a paid apprenticeship while you earn your associate's degree is the right path for you, visit vaclocal4.org/training to learn more about the apprenticeship program. Are you built to succeed?
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
Scheduled hitters for Crown Point in the top of the third include J.J. Johnson, Caleb Schoonover, and Luke Burford. That's the 8, 9, 1 spots in the order. As Caden Kroll has faced 7 hitters, he's struck out 6 of them and hit another one with a pitch. So he's been dominant so far here early in this ball game, Nate. And we were talking in between innings. Crown Point's got to do something to change up that tempo, that rhythm that he's found.
Yeah, they got to start calling time, step out of the box, break that rhythm that he has, make it on your time. Like, you cannot let him dictate everything in this game. And that's why he's such a good pitcher, because he just does it.
Right. First pitch to Johnson is a strike. J.J. Johnson, as we talked about, the quarterback of the outstanding Crown Point football team this year, went undefeated in the regular season. There's strike number 2.
He's just mixing up pitches well. He goes fastball, a lot of curve, change. So he's not predictable.
No. Johnson hitting 185 on the season. And he gets hit in the back of the leg on an 0-2 pitch. That is both hitters that Kroll has hit have come with a 2-strike count.
It's kind of, he's overthrown a little bit. He's trying to just rear back and say,
get that decisive
blow.
K. I'm going to blow you away on for strike 3. And that's not a guy you necessarily want there on first base. J.J. Johnson. He's got a couple stolen bases on the year. He's 2 for 2 for stolen bases, but we've seen him run on the football field. He's got some wheels.
He's a lefty. With the lefty here, he's going to have a shorter lead, a one-way lead.
As Schoonover shows bunt, pulls it back, takes ball 1.
So with that, the second baseman went and covered. Third baseman was charging as well.
Yeah, Valpo ready for that bunt as Kroll steps off the rubber, gets back on.
This could be a big part in this game with 9-hole hitter bringing up to the top of the order again.
Pickoff attempt over. It gets away from the first baseman, Fenters. Johnson going to head to second on the E1.
Again, he's trying to overdo it a little bit.
Right. He really just kind of spiked that one. That Fenters didn't have much of a chance at all.
No, but you got to figure out a way to – if you're Fenters, you got to block it up.
Yeah.
You got to keep that in front of you. Keep that runner at first. Who cares? Just lay on it.
If you're Crown Point, you have to take advantage of this situation here as there's a strike. Count even at 1-1. Again, what we think is going to be a pitcher's duel, which has played out that way so far. Anytime you get a runner on second, especially at the bottom of the order, nobody out, when the lineup card's about to turn over, you got to take advantage and bring that runner home.
You got to go right now. This is one of the maybe few opportunities you're going to have.
The 1-1 in there, nice block by Broomfield. Because Johnson was ready to take off on that one. Cruz into third, but he's going to stay at second. 2-1 the count. Caleb Schoonover. A 208 hitter. He's driven in 3 runs on the season. 4 would give the Bulldogs a 1-0 lead. That one's going to get away from Broomfield, and Johnson's going to head into third. That hit the glove, Nate?
Yes.
Do you call that a pass ball? Or do you think it was so far outside that?
No, that was a wild pitch.
That was a wild pitch? Okay.
He's got to calm down here. I think if he walks him, I think you'll see a visit from Coach Evans. Or the catcher should go out there, just calm him down a little bit.
3-1 is ball 4. Going to have runners at the corners. Nobody out for the Bulldogs here. In the top of third, and you're right. The catcher, Nate Broomfield's going to come out and talk to Caden Kroll.
So honestly, he just gave us a first and third sign of tells his team what's going to happen here. If he runs, what am I doing?
Brings up Luke Burford, who struck out, swinging his first time up to lead off this game. Pops it up, shallow right field. Gill gives chase, but it's going to be Ian Wilson calls him off. He's not able to make the play. Johnson's going to score. And it looked like Gill had a beat on that one, but he gave way to the right fielder, who I think lost it in the sun at the last minute.
We talked about earlier, that right side is deadly right now with that sun. You got to take charge, though. Just go catch the ball.
Schoonover advances to second. Burford to first on the error. And we're going to have a full-on meeting. Who do you give the error to there?
It didn't touch anyone's glove.
They put an error on the board. Or do you give that a hit?
I think it sounds wild, but that's got to be a hit, I think. It didn't tip off anyone's glove. It was just bad communication.
I'll go with Nate. We're going to call that a hit.
Who's the error on?
The right fielder, if anybody.
We'll go with the hometown scoreboard here.
We'll go with the Valpo's going to give their own guys an error. We'll stick with an error. But for Crown Point, which really had nothing going offensively in the first couple innings, taking advantage of these Valpo miscues.
Again, Kroll needs to settle down here and go back to what he was doing the first couple innings. Throw those strikes. But Crown Point's really doing a good job.
Brings up Blake Sabow. Chopper right back to Kroll. Over to second. Bounces in the dirt. Nice block by Gill, who's able to make the turn. A 1-4-3 double play. Doesn't get Valpo out of the jam entirely, but it makes life a little bit easier for Caden Kroll.
Still he kind of rushed the throw to second base a little bit.
Gill made a nice play to get
job.
that and then to scoop that one up.
Because you know that runner's coming hard.
Right.
His job is to break up that double play.
First pitch swinging. Ground ball to second, fielded by Gill over to first. Retires Leeming. 4-3 on the putout. In the inning, there was 1 run on no hits, 2 errors, and a runner left on base. We go to the bottom of the third. Crown Point leads Valpo 1-0 here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Top reasons to work at Strack and Van Til.
Many opportunities to grow.
Flexible hours.
Outstanding benefits like paid vacation time and holidays.
Enjoy health benefits in a 401k plan.
I always feel like I'm part of the team.
Premium and competitive pay.
The sign-on and referral bonuses help to find the perfect talent.
Text STRAX to 97211 to apply today, or visit our site at strackandventil.com/careers. Nobody else will give you the opportunities that we do.
Back here at Valparaiso High School, Nathan Laird, Nate Ramian with you. Our executive producer is Chris Ramirez. We got a whole cast of characters out here with you. Ben Tamara on the camera, Justin Cole handling some of the production work. Mike DeWine also working on some production for us as well. His first assignment, we're already throwing him on the computer, making him produce, doing a fantastic job. And we got a 1-0 ball game. Crown Point with 1 run. Without the aid of a hit, they took advantage of a hit by pitch, a couple Valpo errors, and a wild pitch to bring a run across in the top of the third. And if you're Crown Point, you obviously want some insurance ones, but you have a pitcher on the mound who hasn't given up a single earned run all season, and Ryan Radonovich.
Again, Crown Point's doing a good job of what's given to them. They're putting the ball in play.
Ian Wilson smacks that to left field. It's going to drop in front of Leeming. Leadoff single for the Vikings. Their third hit of the game. Now they just got to make sure they don't make those errors, those miscues on the base paths.
Yeah, they got to capitalize here. They've gotten runners on every inning, but they just can't they make silly mistakes on the bases.
It's the second time in 3 innings that the leadoff man has gotten on for the Vikings, and that brings up Trevor Fenters, the first baseman. Run around first, nobody out for the Vikings. We'll see what Fenters does here. Shows bunt.
Oh.
They're going to say he got a piece of it, though, I think, because they're sending Wilson back to first.
If you're going to sack bunt here, you got to scoot up in the box and show early. Like, you know what you're doing. Just do your job right now.
Fenter's a 125 hitter.
Like, he's squaring up early.
High and inside. Throwback to first. Wilson back in plenty of time. Radonovich just backing him off the plate there.
He's got a lead.
Yeah.
He's probably amped up.
1-1 the count to the number 8 hitter for the Vikings. DJ Malloy on deck. Throw over to first. Wilson back in time. Just joining us, we talked to a handful of the Valpo captains from the 2022 state champion football team. They got their rings here tonight. We'll post some pictures and some on-field ceremony later. It's awesome rings. Bunt goes foul, 1-2.
Those were magnificent.
Yeah.
It was nice that everyone got one. The chain gang,
right?
All
the managers, everybody involved.
Everyone.
With the success of that team got.
Because it takes everyone to get there.
Yep. They want to double up the festivities tonight with a baseball win. Runner takes off. No, he does not. He heads back, swing and a miss. Fenter's down on strikes for out number 1. Third strikeout of the game for Radonovich, and that brings up DJ Malloy, the shortstop.
We'll see if the bunt's still on here with the top up next. Gale's been hitting really well so far this year, so try to get someone in scoring position with him up to the plate.
Malloy, a 286 hitter. Fastball misses inside, backs him off the plate a little bit. Ball's going to get past the first baseman.
It actually went in the dugout.
Yeah, because the runner Wilson wasn't going to get up and take off, but it goes in the dugout and
out of play, so you get a free bag.
So now it's Crown Point making some miscues here in the third inning.
let's see if Valpo can take advantage of this now.
1-0 to DJ Malloy, the number 9 hitter in the order. Kick in the pitch high and inside, 2-0. Wilson, no stolen bases on the season. I think he's going to be content staying at second for the time being.
Yeah, you don't want to have
make that out
a third base running blunder
in just as many innings.
Yeah.
As Malloy looked at strike 1, 2-1. This next pitch will be number 30 for Radonovich. Kick and the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, spending some of your Tuesday night with us here on the Region Sports Network, whether you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, or regionsports.com or ihsatv.org/regionsports. Thanks for spending your Tuesday night with us, your game night in the region, as that one's fouled back. They're almost done with the field behind us, so hopefully that noise will be going away shortly.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job of upkeeping that football field back there. Big old track meet tomorrow.
There's always a big old DAC track meet going on. There's a few of them tonight.
Always.
Radonovich taking his time for this 2-2. Strike 3 looking. Larry Babcock punches up DJ Malloy.
He did a good job there of mixing
Larry?
up speeds. Larry did a good job as well. But Radonovich there was mixing up speeds and went with something a little slower there.
Back to the top of the order with Trent Gill, who singled to lead off the bottom of the first inning. Look at caught running on the base paths. See if he can bring home this Valpo run here. They have 3 hits, no runs to show for it. Looks at strike 1. We got 3 awards we're going to hand out after the game. We already talked about that Crow Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the game. We'll mention one of the other ones after this pitch. And the turf, nice block by Horton. We also have the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the game, brought to you by friends at Boilermakers Local 374. Earn while you learn. That's one of those tough, gritty players. In baseball, we always like to give the leg up to the catchers on that one. Pickoff attempt over at second. It goes into center field. But coach is going to hold up Wilson at second base as Johnson was all over that one. We also have our proud Union home play of the game, brought to you by the Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio Regional Council of Carpenters. Build your future at IKORCC.com. I don't think we've seen that yet.
Depending how this game goes, it could be that pop fly.
That's true. Donovich looks like the runner. Here's the 1-1. This is high, 2-1. To the future Indiana Hoosier, Trent Gill. He said his brother's playing college ball as well, right?
His brother's at Purdue.
Uh-oh. Well, they're not going to be in college at the same time. As I say, we'll have a rivalry, but Trent only a freshman, so he's got a long career here at Valpo ahead of him. Swing and a miss, 2-2 the count, and Radonovich 1 strike away from getting out of this jam. Looks at the runner. Swing and a miss, strike number 3. Some high heat there to strike him out. And after the leadoff single for Wilson, 3 straight strikeouts for Ryan Radonovich. Gets out of the inning. In the inning, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a runner left on. We are through 3 complete. Crown Point leads Valpo 1-0 here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Hi, I'm Crown Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crow Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
From schools to stadiums, hospitals, and bridges, everywhere you look, union carpenters are building Indiana. With jobs and skilled trades in high demand, there's never been a better time to start building your future. As an apprentice, you'll earn a debt-free college degree, earn while you learn, and receive great benefits like healthcare and retirement. So what are you waiting for? Visit carpenters.com to learn more. Visit carpenters.com and start building your future today.
Here come the Bulldogs to bat in the top of the fourth inning. Scheduled hitters for CP include Jace Horton, Chris Gloff, and Connor Cotton. That's the 4, 5, and 6 spots in the order. See if they can add on to their one-run lead here in this DAC showdown. The first of back-to-back nights. The Bulldogs and the Vikings will square off. First pitch swinging, ground ball 2 short, fielded by Malloy. Airmails the throw into the dugout. And an E6 puts Jace Horton on second base. That might have been a case of having too much time to make that throw.
Yeah, again, you got to just come through it and make a simple routine play there.
So for Valpo, that's the third error of this ball game already. So we got a courtesy runner coming in. I did not get that number. 22, it looks like. Is that Blake Newell, if that's 22?
Can't see. So we'll see with Crown Point here, we'll play some small ball to get that runner over.
The Bulldogs still without a hit officially in this ball game. One that ruled an error on the board. Thought could maybe go either way, but we kept that with the home scoreboard here. As Chris Gloff now steps to the plate, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Shows bunt, lays it down. It's a beautiful one. Slow roller, and the third baseman, Andres Guzman, even if he fields that cleanly,
that's a hit.
I don't think he has a play. That's a hit. And we got runners at the corners. Nobody out. First hit of the ball game for the Bulldogs there. They called that.
Nope.
No, we're gonna disagree on that one. Call that one a hit. I think even if he fields that cleanly,
that's a perfect location. Yeah. Perfect bunt. That was just because it went under his glove. I get it. But no matter what, he was going to be safe there.
Brings up Connor Cotton, hit by a pitch. His only plate appearance. And he's hit by a pitch again. The third hit by pitch of the game for Caden Kroll. He had 0 coming into today's action, mate.
You get a big-time DAC game, get a big-time festivities pregame. You're not starting at the normal time. You have a lot of time to sit around and not watch, but just.
But it's weird because he absolutely cruised through those first 2 innings. 6 strikeouts in those first 2 innings.
Once the game, you get in the flow of the game.
But like what we talked about as well. I don't know how Crown Point hasn't been stepping out a ton, but once he's been thrown out of his rhythm with those hit by pitch, with some of those defensive miscues, that it looks just to be in his head now.
Sure. He just got to settle down a little bit and relax. You're going to be okay. It's only a 1-run game right now.
Here's Noah Ehrlich, bases loaded, nobody out, 0 for 1.
You see the way the defense is. Middles are back, so something up the middle, they're still going to try and turn 2.
Right.
Corners will go
they'll
home.
trade the run for 2 outs.
Yeah, corners will go home, but middles will still try to turn 2 here.
Swing and a miss by Ehrlich on that first pitch. Fly ball hit to left field. Ream runs over. Cannot make the play in foul territory. 0-2 to Ehrlich. You notice the Valpo football players a little bit quieter this time.
Yeah.
One of their coaches came over and talked to him and it's like, hey guys, we have to play him in football next year too.
We still got to play him.
Right. Don't give them any bulletin board material.
I think it's just kids having fun.
The 0-2's line 2 left field. That's tailing foul. Ehrlich was looking at extra bases on that one and 2, possibly 3 runs coming in.
Yeah. He's doing a good job of just fouling it off. He's got a battle here. Something off speed, something in the dirt here. Catcher's got to do a great job of blocking it up.
What do you think Kroll throws him?
I think it's something off speed. Because he went 4 fastballs in a row.
Gets the sign from Broomfield. Here's the 0-2.
Yep.
Over his head, back to the fence. Takes not much room in the backstop there, though, and Broomfield all over it is the runner at third. That is 23. I thought it was 22. At least got one of the 2s right.
Good guess.
I don't have a 23 on my roster. Oh, no, 13. So I was way off. Farinelli. The 1-2 to Ehrlich. Chopper to first. They're going to make the play at home. They get the force at home. Nice play by Fenters to get the force at home. I thought he was taking a big risk there. 3-2 on the putout. Fielder's choice. Farinelli out at home. Ehrlich will stay on first, out number 1.
Again, the defense did their job there. He threw strikes. Let's see. They're one pitch getting out of this.
Like you said, the corner's ready to come home. I thought with that high chop, though, he didn't have much of a chance, but he got that throw in, and here's J.J. Johnson.
One pitch, we're getting out of this. That's some big momentum here. This is a big spot in this game, I think.
51 pitches now for Caden Kroll. Johnson was hit by a pitch, ended up coming around to score back in the 3rd inning. Looks at a pitch outside, 2-0. Nowhere to put him. You got to throw strikes.
He's got to come at you right now.
Two-0, swing and a miss. 2-1. Johnson's driven in 4. He's got a pair of doubles. I think with his speed, he's got a chance to beat out any potential double play. Swing and a miss. Got to get something in play, though.
With this turf, it really gets on you fast.
That's true. That is true.
But you still got to touch the ball to put it in play.
Yeah. Kroll's fought back in this at bat. He was down 2-0. Count even at 2-2. That one fouled out of play. Johnson stays alive. Schoonover on deck should the inning stay alive for the Bulldogs. And Crown Point can really bust this game open, or Valpo can swing big momentum back to their side by getting out of this jam. Kroll with a 2-2. Misses outside. The count is full.
The 8-hole hitter here. Just go right at him.
We'll see if Kroll throws here on a full count. That one's hit deep to right center, but it's going to be tracked down by Ian Wilson, deep enough to score the run from third. As Gloff stomps on the plate, it's 2-0 Bulldogs. Sack fly by J.J. Johnson, who did his job out of the 8 spot.
Yep, did a great job of scoring the run. Something on the right side of the field.
That one looked like it was going to travel farther off the bat.
It kind of just died.
It really did. I wonder, again, if it's a warmer day, if it's still daytime, the sun was still out. I think that one might travel a little bit further, but either way for the Bulldogs, it's another run. That puts runners at the corners and 2 outs for Caleb Schoonover, who walked his last time up. And with Radonovich on the hill, the way he's throwing,
run.
Yeah, you're feeling comfortable, not great, but a little bit of breathing room with 2 runs. High and inside, the runner's going to take off for second. Ehrlich heads into second base, so now it's pair of runners in scoring position with 2 outs. fouled by the Crown Point dugout, 1-1. See people are coming back from their cars with blankets and extra coats and everything.
When that sun went down, it dropped about 10 or so degrees.
I told you it'll stay light until the sun goes down.
Yeah.
It'll stay warm until the sun goes down, too.
I did. We're outside. We are outside.
Yeah,
so.
we're outside. We're on top of the football press box. I did not bring another sweatshirt, so I'm using my natural body warmth. Big swing and a miss, 1 and 2. It's probably more information than you wanted to know, but
you'll be all right.
Yeah, I'll live. One and 2 to Schoonover. Kroll steps off the mound.
This is a big spot again. This is a 9-hole hitter. You want to get out of this. Go right at him.
And if you're Valpo, you're not happy about being down 2-0, but to get out of bases loaded, nobody out jam, and only giving up 1 in this inning, you're feeling pretty good about that result.
Yeah.
Strike 3 looking, and Caden Kroll limits the damage in the inning for Crown Point. There was 1 run on just 1 hit, no errors, and a couple runners left on base. We're going to the bottom of the 4th inning. It's the Bulldogs 2, Vikings nothing here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Vikings coming to bat in the bottom of the 4th, trailing by a pair of runs, as it'll be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the order. That's Miles Svelbar, Caden Kroll, and Andres Guzman coming to bat against Ryan Radonovich, who's scattered 3 hits over 3 innings pitched. But he's done a nice job of getting out of some jams. And Valpo with some base running miscues has helped that cause out as well.
If you look at the scoreboard you would think it'd be the opposite with the score.
Right.
Hits.
They have 2 runs, no hits, no errors for Crown Point. We have a hit for Crown Point, I think.
I think so.
That bunt was clearly a hit, and 0-3 and 4 for Valpo. We have 0-3 and 3 for Valpo. We're going to overrule that one. His first pitch to Svelbar misses high. He was a strikeout victim back in the first inning. But 2 out of 3 innings, Valpo's gotten the leadoff man aboard and just been unable to do anything.
They're just not taking advantage of their opportunities.
And that's the story of the game. Crown Point is.
They had some silly base running errors.
Yep.
And it's cost them so far.
It's 1-1 after that one was fouled back to the fence. Radonovich gets the sign he likes from Horton, the kick and the pitch. In the turf, 2-1.
We're in the bottom of the 4th, and he's only had 38 pitches so far.
Yeah.
Just a ton of strikes.
Misses that one high, 3-1. We got a fun and exciting weekend on the Region Sports Network coming up for you next weekend. I'll tell you all about it after this pitch. We got some cool, unique stuff coming up for you. There's a strike. It all starts Friday night with coverage from the Dogs and Suds fundraiser at the East Chicago Goodfellas Club, raising money for the East Chicago Athletic Hall of Fame. Lots of interviews with EC sports legends. There's ball 4. Svelbar draws the leadoff walk, so that's 3 out of 4 innings. Leadoff man aboard for the Vikings. So we got some awesome fundraising, historical stuff on Friday. On Saturday, we got boxing for you. 911 Slugfest at the Hammond Civic Center. Police and firefighters going at it, raising money for the Northwest Indiana Cancer Kids Charity Foundation. It's an event put on by Jack Callahan, a legendary region boxing figure.
Are you going to step in the ring a little bit?
Absolutely not.
No? Little celebrity match.
Who would I box?
You versus Rico.
You know what? I don't want to beat up the elderly, so I'm not going to do that.
I understand.
So, no, I will not be boxing, but I'll be there covering it. We have a whole crew out there at the Hammond Civic Center covering that for you. It's going to be a whole lot of fun at the Hammond Civic Center. Tickets are just $15. You can, again, all the proceeds benefit the Northwest Indiana Cancer Kids Charity Foundation, an amazing cause. As here's the 0-1-2 Kroll. But there's more that weekend because that's on Saturday, and then there's Sunday. We're bringing an athletic legend out of retirement. He's not playing, but he's going to commentate as Nate's going to join me. We're going to be at the Sparta Dome for dodgeball coverage. An awesome event put on the Crown Point Fire Department. Police officers and firefighters and other random teams as a pickup throw at first, not in time. From around the region can compete in a dodgeball tournament at the Sparta Dome. Also benefiting Northwest Indiana Cancer Kids Charity for that one as well. It's one of my favorite events of the year to broadcast.
I saw a little bit of last year was on. You guys were covering that one too.
Yeah, and Nate's a dodgeball champion. He showed me a picture of his trophy.
That was about 5 or 6 years ago, right when the movie. No, so longer than when the movie came out.
Yeah.
It was really big, and we actually went a couple times to Chicago or the NADA National Championship.
So there you go. So we're going to bring Nate out as the dodgeball expert. And have some dodgeball for you on Saturday. So that's following week, so the 28th, the 29th, and 30th. A fun and different weekend for you on the Region Sports Network. More details on all those events coming up. Pickoff attempt not in time. 2-1 still to Caden Kroll.
That's a little bit different from the new MLB rule. You can only throw over twice.
Right.
So now you can get that bigger lead because if he throws over, you automatically get second.
Did you see, and I'll ask you after this pitch, one of the weird rules MLB is considering fouled out of play. They're trying it in the Atlantic League.
Okay.
That if your starting pitcher does not make it through 5 innings, when you take him out, you also lose your DH.
What does that do?
I think it's to prevent the openers.
I don't like it.
I don't like it either, because what if your guy gets shelled in the first? That one misses low. The count is full. So if you give up, 6 runs in the first, you got to pull your starter.
There goes
and then
DH.
There goes your DH, so your chances of a comeback are slim to none.
I don't mind the bigger bases.
No, I like the pitch clock. Swing and a miss. Kroll goes down on strikes for the second time today. Out number 1. No, I think the adjustments this year have been really well done.
I think they're quicker games. There was that one game I saw last week. It was an hour and 57 minutes. Complete 9-inning game.
It's almost like Mark Burley's pitching everything now.
I need to. The concession sales are tanking a little bit.
Well, is it Philly or the Mets that they're extending?
There was a handful of them. They're extending it to the 8th inning.
Here's Guzman, ground ball 2 short. Burford to second. Over to first, a beautiful. Oh, they didn't get the out at first?
No, he called him safe.
Ooh. I thought they had him because that was a definite candidate for our Proud Union home play of the game. But Guzman is safe at first. 6'4" fielder's choice. Out number 2. So runner on first. 2 outs for Nate Brumfield. It's 1 for 1 today.
Again, Valpo's putting the ball in play.
Yeah.
They're just not coming through with it.
Pitch misses high, ball 1. Stacey Adams coming up. Make sure we don't have hypothermia up here. We're still good. Radonovich gets the sign from Horton. Kick and the pitch popped up.
Popped him up.
Out of play.
Heads up.
Oh. Come on, Mike. You're young. You could have made that play.
There's $8 sitting on the track right now.
Is that what they cost per baseball? Wow. Bag of popcorn you get in return. It's a pretty nice deal. Do they still do that?
No, I don't know if Valpo does
Snow
that.
cone, bag of popcorn, candy bar, something. The 1-1 misses inside, 2-1. This next pitch would be pitch number 52 for Ryan Radonovich. I love how they have the pitch count on the scoreboard here. It makes our job a lot easier. We're not trying to guesstimate the pitch count.
Neither team has someone in the bullpen either.
No, both pitchers are throwing really. I mean, I know Crowell's given up 2 runs, but it's been more, mistakes and hit batters and,
some errors.
Right. Crown Point still only has the 1 hit, and that was on a bunt single.
Give or take.
Or an error, depending on how you want to score it. The 3-run from Radonovich. Swing and a miss. Count is full. He's only issued 1 free pass today, and that was earlier here in this inning. You can see his pace is picking up a little bit. I think he's cold out there, too. 3-2 fly ball hit to shallow center. It's going to be the second baseman retreating on, and he's going to drop the ball, scoot over. Ball gets away, and Guzman's going to end up at third. Brumfield at second.
I honestly think
on the E4.
He thought that was just going to be a routine catch. He wasn't running hard.
Right.
If he's running hard, he scores.
Yeah, and I'm a little surprised they held him up because the ball was still in center field.
I think he was kind of shocked, too, that it dropped as well.
Yeah.
But if he's running hard, he scores right there.
So for Valpo, 1 hit here ties the game as we got a courtesy runner coming in. It will be number 1, Philip Amons. Coming back in 2-run for Brumfield. Max Ream now can tie this ball game up with 1 swing of the at-bat. Or an impressive swing of the at-bat. He can give Valpo the lead, but it would take a shot to get out of here tonight.
This game is going to come down to who makes the least. Again, I said earlier, the least amount of errors.
Misses low. We've seen a combined 4 of them here in tonight's action. High 2-0. Should Ream keep the inning alive, Ian Wilson, who's 1 for 1 on the day, would come up. The 2-0 from Radonovich. Just gets a piece of it, foul, so 2-1 now the count. And we want to thank everybody for tuning in here on a Tuesday night. Swing, get a miss at that high fastball, 2-2. And Radonovich 1 strike away from getting out of this. We've seen some pitchers walk the tightrope here tonight, Nate.
Yeah, they're just going at it, and it all depends on that strike zone.
2-2 misses way high, 3-2. It's been a pretty consistent zone tonight.
I agree.
And that's all you can ask for.
Both ways.
See, look, we can praise Larry when he deserves it.
No, he's doing a really good job.
We got a final Strike and Van Til hometown scoreboard for you from Lake Central. The Indians beat LaPorte 5-0. Griffin Tobias throws a 2-hit shutout for LC. 3-2 is low. Ball 4. Second free pass issued this inning by Ryan Radonovich, and that loads the bases with 2 outs for Ian Wilson, who's single so far in this ballgame, his only plate appearance. That led off the third.
So we've seen it well. Big time in this game. This could be, again, Crown Point, big momentum here.
And what we just talked about, Radonovich hasn't thrown a lot of pitches. This next one's going to be number 61. That count is obviously
Trick
always
going
is
up.
going to go higher, but it's going up big time this inning. As he can't find the strike zone now, it's 1-0.
Usually that second, third time through.
Right. And does the stark change in temperature affect the guy, the grip on the ball as much or not?
No. I mean, you're throwing early, you're fine. He's got no sleeves on, man.
That's true. Swing, miss, 1-1. The 1-1 for Radanovic. Strike 2 swinging. And once again, he's one strike away from getting out of this without giving up a single run.
He's picking up his momentum, too.
Right. He's ready to throw. He's waiting on Wilson now. And we kind of saw him get out of that flow just a little bit ago. The 1-2 inside. Count even at 2-2.
Base hit should score 2.
The 2-2. Bounces in the dirt, in the turf. Nice block by Horton there. I'm still going to say dirt. I don't care.
The big part with a good pitcher is a great catcher.
Right.
If you don't have them blocking those balls, that makes you look really good.
Here's a huge pitch here in this ballgame. 3-2. Runners take off. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and Radanovic deftly walks the tightrope and gets out of it in the inning. There were no runs on no hits. There was an error, and 3 runners left on base. Mark that one down. Mark that as a potential Broward Union home play of the game. That strikeout there with the bases loaded, 2 outs. We're through 4 complete. Crown Point 2, Valpo nothing. You're watching high school baseball on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Develop skills that will last for a lifetime with an apprenticeship with the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers Local 4, Indiana, Kentucky. The apprenticeship and training program is committed to developing highly skilled bricklayers, terrazzo workers, and ceramic tile setters to provide the construction industry with the best hands in the business. If you are currently working non-union and want better pay with benefits, or if you think learning a new skill with a paid apprenticeship while you earn your associate's degree is the right path for you, visit baclocal4.org/training to learn more about the apprenticeship program. Are you built to succeed?
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
It's the top of the order for Bulldogs here in the 5th inning. That's Luke Burford, Blake Sabow, and Austin Leeming. It's Caden Crow. That can't feel good. That's the 4th hitter he's pitched. Hitter he has hit tonight.
And I don't care. It's cold. That hurts.
Even if it was warm, that would hurt. I'm sorry. So Burford gets on to lead off the 5th. I'm sure he'd rather pick up a hit than be hit, but hey, if any way you can help your team expand their 2-run lead.
I'm still surprised Valpo doesn't have anybody warming up in the bullpen. With it this chilly, it's going to take some time for someone to get loose. You can't just, I'm going to throw 5 and be ready.
Brings up Blake Sabow. He is 0 for 2, grounded into a double play his last time up. Misses low, count even at 1-1. Crown Point looks like they got somebody at least stretching down there.
Again, it's going to take some time for someone to get loose here. You can't just you go in.
It's pitch number 60. Oh, never mind. The next pitch will be pitch number 65 for Caden Kroll. Crown Point leads here in the top of the 5th. They have 2 runs on 1 hit and an error. Valpo, no runs on 3 hits and 3 errors. There's a strike. I guess he went around. I don't think that caught part of the zone. I think he went.
Yeah, I think he went around. Good call. Got a little mesh screen in front of us that's kind of deceiving a little bit.
Lights in full effect, and I had reason to be excited. They are on. Runner takes off.
Oh.
Fly ball hit to right field. That's going to drop fair. And Burford's going to take the turn and head into third safely. Base hit for Blake Sabow. Runners at the corners, nobody out.
The runner was going on the pitch, but as soon as the ball was hit, he had to freeze because he thought it could have been caught there. So
he didn't just freeze. He started heading back to first.
Yeah. So he had to wait and saw it was down, then he can go.
Second hit of the ball game for the Bulldogs. That puts runners at the corners for Austin Leeming. 0 for 2. Grounded out to second his last time up. That ended the third inning. First pitch swinging comes up empty. Strike 1.
Coach was not happy. I think he missed a sign there.
Yeah, Steve Strayer's going to come down and talk to him. And even from up here, we can tell Coach Strayer not exactly thrilled.
Also, it could have been he swung at a ball.
That's true. He's got a couple things maybe he's not happy about.
Yeah. So Valpo's got someone in the pen working. We got...
What number we got down there? 29? Yep. 29, that's Blake Shudick warming up. As Leeming looks at strike 2.
And step out, interrupt his rhythm.
There's a liner hit to center. That's down. A base hit. RBI single for Austin Leeming. Going to make this a 3-0 ball game. Good piece of hitting there.
Didn't try to do too much with it.
It's Jace Horton going to come to the plate. 0 for 2. Runners on first and second. Still nobody out. We'll see if Shudick picks up the tempo a little bit here. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Bulldogs 3 runs on 3 hits. Time called at the plate.
But overall, I don't think Kroll's have that bad of an outing.
No,
he
has hit for.
Sure, but I mean, he's keeping them there. Just a lot of errors. And
yeah, 3 errors behind him. A bunt single. Ball gets away from the Crown Point bullpen. Concession stand selling hot chocolate. Not always something you want to hear during baseball season, to be honest.
7:45 at night, and they're selling some hot chocolate.
Fouled out of play, 0-2.
This is a later start time than normal.
Yeah, we started at 6 o'clock today. They did the football ring ceremony at 5. Crown Point had some transportation issues, so we even got started a little bit after 6 o'clock. I did see they played a night game last night at the Steel Yard.
That's always fun to cover those.
It is. Not last night it would have been with the weather the way it was last night.
If you're calling it, you're in the press box. So.
Yeah, but that press box has a big open window and everything.
Can be. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree. Yeah,
that would have been
chilly.
It was Hammond Central and was it West Side?
Yikes. It just sounds cold.
I was surprised they played when I saw that. I'm like, all right, I think that was the only game in the region, baseball or softball, that got played.
No, softball, Lake Central played Maryville.
That's true, they did.
At Maryville.
The 1-2 swing and a miss, strike number 3. Horton down on strikes for the second time today, out number 1. Brings up Chris Gloff. Singled and scored his last time up.
But it was cold yesterday.
It really was. It snowed for a portion of the day.
There was, like, track meets and everything was canceled yesterday.
I believe every outdoor event except for that one softball game and the baseball game at the Steel Yard was canceled.
And you're right there on the lake.
Yeah. Because I subscribe to EventLink, follow all the schools and everything, helps me keep track of the schedules. My phone was going crazy yesterday.
Notification.
I was getting constant emails. I thought I was popular for a second, but it was only just schedule change after schedule change.
Oh, that's what it was.
That's all it was. The only personal messages I got were bad news.
Huh.
But that's all right. That forced me to have to work with you.
I'm sorry.
You could have had another broadcast partner tonight. The 0-1 misses outside, 1-1. I like how the student section's still a little bit vocal there for Valpo.
Yeah, they're still hanging around with some blankets on, but they're here.
The 1-1 to Gloff. Nice block there by Brumfield. Make sure the runners do not advance.
Brumfield is doing a really good job of just blocking everything up, and when he has opportunity, he's done a great job of blocking everything.
He's a candidate for that Boilermakers Local 374 blue collar player of the game. That one fouled back to the fence. Count even at 2-2. 77 pitches now for Caden Kroll here in the top of the 5th inning. Blake Schudick still warming up in the Valpo pen. Can't see who's in the Crown Point bullpen. 2-2 swing and a miss, strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Caden Kroll. Just what the Vikings needed here. So that brings up Connor Cotton.
That's his 9th strikeout of the day.
Wow. Connor Cotton doesn't have an official at-bat. He's been hit by a pitch twice. Third time, I'd start to take it personal. So that one's going to get by Brumfield. Both runners will advance on the wild pitch. So a pair in scoring position for the Bulldogs here with 2 outs. They could really break this game open, Nate.
One swing of the bat. We got a 4-0 game, or sorry, 5-0 game.
Chopper hit to Kroll, turns, makes the throw to first in time. 1-3 on the putout. Ends the threat in the inning. There were no runs on 2 hits, no errors, 2 runners left on base. We go to the bottom of the 5th.
We had 1 run.
What's up? Oh, we did have 1 run, excuse me. Thank you. I was even looking at that. 1 run on a couple hits, 2 runners left on base. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Crown Point up 3-0 here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
Back here at Valparaiso High School, the Vikings coming to bat in the bottom of the 5th. 3 runs, 3 hits, and an error for Crown Point. No runs, 3 hits, 3 errors for the host of Valpo Vikings, Nathan Laird, and Nate Ramian here with you. And do we have a new pitcher for Crown Point? I can't tell through the screen. We do, I think.
21? No,
it's still Radonovich. He looked different through the screen, but
he's getting me with his no sleeves here.
No. It's my old eyes are failing me, man. Radanovic has pitched well for the Bulldogs. He's in line to be the Crown Company's Lantern Man superhero of the game, one of the definite candidates. It's one of the 3 post-game awards we'll hand out for you. Let's lead things off for the Vikings will be the number 8 hitter, Trevor Fenters. 0 for 1 today with a strikeout.
Fenders had a really good play at first.
He did.
I think it was bases loaded, and he came home with it.
On the chop, he made a leap to get that ball at its high point and fire a strike to home to get the force at home. Saved a run for his team. It's count even to him at 1-1. Radanovic picking up the pace here a little bit. There's a strike here, the pop of the glove. 1-2. Pop-up hit to second. Schoonover makes the catch for an easy out, number 1. Brings up DJ Malloy.
At this point, again, with it being cold, just go right at everybody. Make them hit it.
Yeah,
they're all stiff.
Pitch them inside, jam them a little bit. Malloy 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Looks at strike number 1.
With that last ball, that pop-up to the second baseman, it got above the lights.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes if it gets above the lights, you lose it for a second.
Right.
And he did have he caught it below his waist there.
Fastball misses high, 1-1. 72 pitches now in the game for Ryan Radanovic. The workhorse for this Crown Point pitching staff. That one gets the inside part of the plate, 1-2. High 2-2 is. You can tell how much these conference games mean. You look at the Crown Point dugout, all the kids are standing up at the railing, they're up at the fence. Nobody's sitting back there in the dugout. Sometimes you see that in non-conference games when it's this cold.
You know what, though?
Strike 3 looking.
Honestly, though, that comes down to Coach Strayer wouldn't let that happen.
Right.
Everyone's in the game. If you're not, you're on the bus.
Malloy goes down looking for the second time tonight. Back to the top of the order with Trent Gill, who's 1 for 2. As Radanovic is looking for his first inning where he has not let anybody on base.
He's doing a good job of mixing it up, too. He went fastball the last 2 hitters and started Gill off here with a curveball.
In the dirt, 1-1.
A lot of that could be respect as well.
Yeah.
You're not going to hit a fastball. You got to hit something silly here. And that's awesome to have that as a freshman.
Big hack comes up empty, 1-2. Now you can just see already with Gill as a freshman, both offensively and defensively, he's going to be an outstanding player here for Valpo. The 1-2 swing and a miss took something off that one. Strike number 3. Second strikeout of the inning. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in the game for Radanovic through 5 complete. And we're going to have a new pitcher for Valpo. We'll tell you all about it on the other side of this timeout. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Top reasons to work at Strack and Van Til.
Many opportunities to grow.
Flexible hours.
Outstanding benefits like paid vacation time and holidays.
Enjoy health benefits in a 401k plan.
I always feel like I'm part of the team.
Premium and competitive pay.
The sign-on and referral bonuses help to find the perfect talent.
Text STRAX to 97211 to apply today, or visit our site at strackandvantil.com/careers. Nobody else will give you the opportunities that we do.
Hi, I'm Crown Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
New pitcher for the Vikings. It's number 29, Blake Shudick. Nate, you got some numbers.
This is his third appearance of the year. He's only worked 5 innings, given up 5 hits, 6 runs, 3 earned runs. He's walked 3 batters. Got 7 strikeouts, though. ERA of 4.20. He's faced 26 batters. He's only hit 1, though.
Well, that's good. Only hitting the 1, but Caden Kroll hadn't hit any tonight, and he hit 4 in tonight's ball game. 3 runs on 3 hits for Crown Point here on the top of the 6th, and leading things off. Scheduled hitters, it's the 7, 8, 9 hitters. That's Noah Ehrlich, J.J. Johnson, and Caleb Schoonover. Ehrlich with an awkward swing there comes up empty. He is 0 for 2 in today's ball game. Crown Point looks to add some insurance runs here on the top of the 6th. That one misses. 1-1. You could hear the Valpo fans wanted that one. Fans in the dugout, too. Heard some groaning there.
It's a little different pace. That was like a little forkball action.
Fouled back to the fence. Yeah, that one was really...
It was again...
The 0-1 pitch, not just the one he threw, but the 0-1.
It was a good splitter. And it just dropped off, but it must have stayed outside a little bit.
1-2 to Noah Ehrlich.
Coach Babcock's got a little better vantage point than we do.
There one is line to center. It's going to fall in front of Svelbar. Base hit for Noah Ehrlich. Leadoff man aboard for the Bulldogs here in the top of the 6th. 4th hit of the game for Crown Point. And it seems weird to say with where we started, Crown Point now has more hits than Valpo.
Yeah, it took him a little bit to get going.
Yeah.
But with the wildness of Kroll a little bit, it helped out.
Johnson showed bunt, pulled it back, took a strike.
It's hard to bunt a curveball.
Fouled that one, I think, off his foot. He was hopping around a little bit. That can't feel good tonight.
That hurts. Take your time.
0-2 to Johnson. Well, it's 1-1. I guess that first one was a ball. That one misses high.
Strike 2.
No, strike 2. Larry rung him up for strike 3, but he had to be reminded. The scoreboard was wrong, so it's now 2-2.
Oh, boy.
So no strikeout there.
He's human.
Three and 2s, that one is high. Nobody warming up for Valpo, so it's going to be Shudick's game for a while. That misses low, ball 4. First 2 aboard for the Bulldogs here at the top of the 6th. They look to add some insurance to this DAC game.
With the DAC going back-to-back days, you don't want to burn a lot of pitchers.
In game 1.
Yeah. I don't know what they have the rest of the week after this.
Right, but you got to go. You got to go to Crown Point tomorrow.
Yeah, and these are the 2 that matter.
Yeah. As Caleb Schoonover fouls back the bunt attempt.
Coach is not happy about that.
That's those fundamentals you have to execute.
That's just a bunting, just a want to. I don't care. You got to want to do it.
We've seen how many bunt attempts tonight, and Gloff laid down a perfect one.
Yeah.
other than that, we've seen some from both teams.
Coach Strayer is not going to let him. You scoot up in the box so when you bunt it, it doesn't hit off the home plate.
Mm-hmm.
So it hits that dead zone.
The 0-1 from Shudik. This is high. 1-1. Guzman was charging in hard from the hot corner there.
The goal is to have the pitcher field this.
The 1-1 laid down the first base line.
Oh.
It's fair ball.
It looked like it was rolling foul.
Right.
But
Shudik picked it up.
If you just let it go a minute, he's going to be safe either way. It's either he gets on first or it's a foul ball.
So a bunt single loads the bases with nobody out for the top of the order, and Luke Burford, 0 for 2 today, was hit by a pitch and scored.
So now
in the fifth.
We have fielders, all the infielders are in here, so they're looking to go home. They can't afford any more runs.
No.
They're struggling scoring right now.
They got to keep this 3-run game by any means necessary.
So the catcher turns into a first baseman here. Look to go 4-1.
The 1-0 misses low, 2-0. And like you said, Nate, you got a game tomorrow. You got to save the rest of your arms.
Yeah.
2-0 from Shudik. Misses inside, 3-0.
I say 3-0, you have the take sign here. 3-0, no outs. Yeah, make him throw you a strike.
Taking all the way there, and Shudik does throw him a strike, 3-1. Bases packed with Bulldogs here. As Michael Bradner would say, dogs on the grill. And I yell at him for that. There's ball 4. RBI walk drawn by Luke Burford. Makes this a 4-0 game for Crown Point. And this is almost for Crown Point. For Valpo, kind of death by 1,000 paper cuts. Well, 1 run in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th. So far, 1 here in the 6th. But bases loaded, still nobody out with the heart of the order coming up.
Sure. You usually think you give up 4 hits in a game, you're going to be in the ball game.
Blake Sabah, who singled his last time up, looks at strike 1. Off speed, misses high and outside. Count even at 1-1.
You got to lay off that junk and hit the fastball here.
Yep.
You know it's coming. Don't hit his.
Infield and around the horn.
Yep.
Fly ball hit too shallow right. Wilson charging in. It's going to fall in foul territory. That one hung up there forever.
Yeah, again, it's kind of one of those weird ones, like, we'll see what happens, how the game plays out, but if he catches it, that's going to score a run.
Right.
Drop it, who knows what could happen here.
Austin Leeming on deck. Looks like Valpo's going to get the bullpen going a little bit here. The 1-2. Chopper hits 2-3rd. Throw to home to get the force for out number 1. Nice play there by Andres Guzman.
And you still have the same mindset here for the corners, but their middle went back here. Middle got turned to play.
Yeah, you can turn 2 to end the inning with Leeming up to bat. Hot shot to his team's dugout. RBI single back in the 5th. I say back in the fifth like it was a long time ago, that last inning.
Man.
Misses high, 1-1. Ground ball hit too short. Malloy to first. Oh, not in time. Trent Gill's throw to first just a little bit late. Another run will score for the Bulldogs. Good attempt by that Valpo defense. Just not quite quick enough.
It was a good job for the Crown Point Bulldogs there just to put the ball in play and score the run.
5-0 Crown Point here.
Stayed out of 2.
That brings up Jace Horton, who's had a tough day at the plate. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Throw down 2 second. The throw's going to get away from home, so another Crown Point run will score. I'm a little surprised they threw down to second.
It was kind of a delayed steal, but it was a kind of ground ball. It's a rough throw.
So another run for Crown Point, and the runner ends up at third. (6-0) Bulldogs. Shallow fly ball to right field. Gill retreats and makes the catch for out number 3, but Crown Point plates 3 runs here on the top of the 6th. They lead Valpo 6-0. Coming up with the bottom half of the inning after this, you're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
From schools to stadiums, hospitals, and bridges, everywhere you look, union carpenters are building Indiana. With jobs and skilled trades in high demand, there's never been a better time to start building your future. As an apprentice, you'll earn a debt-free college degree, earn while you learn, and receive great benefits like healthcare and retirement. So what are you waiting for? Visit carpenters.com to learn more. Visit carpenters.com and start building your future today.
Time's running out for the Valparaiso Vikings. They're down to their final 6 outs, and they need 6 runs to get back in this ball game against the Crown Point Bulldogs. Nathan Laird and Nate Ramian here with you. Ben Tamara, Justin Cole, Mike DeWine on side as well, doing a great job making sure we look, or at least sound good, and the picture looks good. We're not going to look good. Well, Nate will. I won't.
Nathan will.
Which one is which?
You tell me.
I'm not Nate, I'll tell you that.
Well.
Chris Ramirez, our executive producer, thanks for joining us here. So Ryan Radonovich comes back out for the bottom of the 6th. He's been impressive tonight for the Bulldogs, Nate.
Yeah, he's been doing a great job of mixing up his pitches, living away, and he's working quick now. So when he's been working quick, it keeps the Valpo hitters off balance, and they're not seeing it well, or I'm not real sure, but he's on. Crown Point's doing a great job of help behind him.
6-5-1 for the Bulldogs, 0-3-3 for Valpo, who's had opportunities in this ballgame. They've had plenty of runners on here in this contest. They just can't come up with that clutch hit, bring somebody around to score.
Yeah, again, a lot of mental errors here. They've had the opportunities, but just not coming through with that big hit. And these are those type of games you learn from as the long season.
Right.
But it goes by so fast. You play so many games, you learn from this that, like, man, we had that opportunity, and to build off it and learn from it for the sectionals and postseason play.
Miles Svelbar leads things off for the Vikings. Looks at the pitch inside. It's the 2, 3, and 4 hitters. That's Svelbar, Kroll and Guzman. There's a strike. This 2, 3, and 4 hitters are combined 0 for 6, though, for Valpo. They need to get something going here this inning with this part of the lineup up, trailing by 6.
Just got to put it in play right now. Make him work a little bit. Call time, step out of the box, break his rhythm up.
Radanovic has thrown 83 pitches in this game. Pitch number 84 is over for a strike. 2-2 the count. Like you said, he's picking up his speed a little bit here. He's ready to go for this 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike number 3. Svelbar down on strike for the second time today.
That is a 10th strikeout of the day.
A real impressive performance for Radanovic. That brings up Cade Kroll, who's got 2 of those strikeouts on his ledger. Fouls the first pitch back to the fence, 0-1.
Again, I think what's making him so effective is he's starting different batters. He's not doing the same thing every time.
Right.
He'll go curveball, he'll go changeup, he'll go fastball. It's not the same thing to every batter, so they can't get in a rhythm.
The 0-1 is popped over behind us.
The football bleachers.
The 0-2. Grounder 2 first. Fielded cleanly by Sebao. Out number 2. Brings up Andres Guzman 0 for 2 today.
Well, so with the way this game's going, Crown Point then can maybe throw someone else if they need to in the bullpen. They don't have to use.
There's a base hit to left.
If they have to go to the pen, they're not using their number 2 or 3. They kind of got a little cushion here.
Radanovic had retired 6 straight hitters before that single. Keeps the inning alive for Nate Broomfield. 1 for 2. There's a ball high in the zone. Above the zone, excuse me. Two and 0.
This happens a lot with younger pitchers that you get 2 outs and you kind of get a little lax.
Right.
You can't get a little lazy here. You got to stay on it and stay with it.
Crown Point's got some activity in their bullpen. Swing and a miss down the right field line.
Double barrel action.
2-1 swing and a miss. 2-2. 92 pitches now for Radanovic. See if he can get one more strike to get out of this inning. There's a line drive to center. Johnson runs in. Does not make the catch. It gets by him. It's going to roll for quite a while. 1 run will score as Guzman rounds third. As Broomfield stands up at third base. The Vikings are on the board. It's 6-1.
Did a good job. It was hitting the fastball hard. The center fielder made a great effort at it, but they got by him.
And you can feel the crowd start to pick up a little bit. Valpo finally able to get a run on the board tonight. That brings up Max Ream. 0 for 1 with a walk. First pitch to him misses outside.
Is that the first earned run of the season?
Yeah. Swing and a miss, 1-1. A 2-out single followed by a triple. And credit J.J. Johnson in center going all out to try to make that catch and that inning. Gotta love the effort. The 2-1. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Donovan gets his sign from his catcher, Horton. 2-2 gets the inside part of the plate, strike 3. Valpo does plate 1 run on 2 hits, or no errors, and a runner left on base. We're through 6 complete. Crown Point 6, Valpo 1. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
We're here on the top of the 7th. Crown Point coming to bat for the Bulldogs. They're hoping this is their last time at bat of the evening. It's the 4, 5, and 6 spots in the order. Nope, it's not. I made a mistake there. I did not record that last out. It's the 5, 6, and 7 spots in the order. As Chris Gloff will lead things off. I'm always good about recording that last out, except for this time.
It's weird how it's a great problem that Crown Point has, that their pitcher has their highest batting average right now, and he's not even hitting.
Ground ball, 2-2. Gill with a diving stop. Gets away from him a little bit. The throw, not in time. Great effort there, though, by Trent Gill to even knock that ball down, recover it, and make that a close play.
Again, that's a Division I athlete right there making a play for his team. Yes, he's a freshman, but he sure doesn't play like one.
So leadoff single for Gloff. Puts a runner on, nobody out for Connor Cotton. He's 0 for 1 today. He's been on base twice, though. He's been hit by a pitch twice. We're going to have a courtesy runner coming in for the designated hitter. Off-speed pitch misses high. Ball 1 to Cotton. A 6-1 score here in the top of the 7th inning. 2-0.
Got to find it real quick here. Your defense is making plays behind you, giving max effort. Just let him hit it, man.
2-0's popped up to shallow right field, out of play, foul. Gill again gave another great effort there, though.
He's everywhere.
He is. You can see why they like him down in Bloomington, to get him to commit as a freshman. 2-1 to Cotton. Fly ball hits to right center. That's going to find that gap and roll for a little bit. Stand-up double for Cotton, and here comes the runner around first, and he's going to get tagged out at the plate. Great relay by the Viking defense to get that courtesy runner. That was number 6. We'll get his name here in a second. That's Tanner Price who got tagged out at the plate. I'm surprised he went.
What a throw by Gill.
Yeah.
He was in a couple steps past into the outfield and made a laser right to the catcher.
That brings up Noah Ehrlich. 1 for 3.
But again, Coach, you got to send him there. You got to have
be aggressive.
You got to have 2 perfect throws to get him out of home. And outfield had a great relay there. If that's not a good throw home, he's safe. And he was hustling.
The 1-1 misses inside. 2-1. Six to 1 our score here, top of the 7th inning. Crown Point leads. Ehrlich fouls that one back, 2-2. Tutu is hit. Nice stop there by the shortstop. He's got no play. But DJ Malloy with a great effort to keep that one in the infield. Keep the runner at third.
If he doesn't stop that scores a run.
Yeah. Yep.
That's a saving play there.
Ehrlich's second hit of the evening. That brings up J.J. Johnson. Hit by a pitch and scored in the third. Sacrifice fly RBI in the fourth. Drew a walk his last time up. Had some production out of the number 8 spot, especially for a kid who's struggling batting average-wise this year.
Yeah, again, when you get anything out of the bottom 3 or 4, it makes life a lot better.
Fouled out of play, 0-1. 6 runs on 8 hits and an error for Crown Point, 1, 5, and 3 for Valpo.
I know they play different sports, but when you have 2 guys that are the floor generals of other sports down there, they're just gamers.
Right. Fly ball hit to center field. Svelbar camps underneath it. Makes the catch. Here comes the throw home. It's going to get cut off as Cotton scores. Makes it 7-1. Bulldogs sack fly RBI for J.J. Johnson, his second of the night.
They're appealing this. He left early.
Yeah, I was wondering. So don't put that in your scorebook. The runner did leave early. That makes 6-1. We're going to take that run off the board. That's a good call there. I saw him. He either got a great jump or he left early, and home plate umpire Larry Babcock said he went early.
Yeah.
So 6-1 our scores. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. We're back with maybe the final half inning, unless Valpo can play 5 runs to keep this one alive. After this, you're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Develop skills that will last for a lifetime with an apprenticeship with the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers Local 4, Indiana, Kentucky. The apprenticeship and training program is committed to developing highly skilled bricklayers, terrazzo workers, and ceramic tile setters to provide the construction industry with the best hands in the business. If you are currently working non-union and want better pay with benefits, or if you think learning a new skill with a paid apprenticeship while you earn your associate's degree is the right path for you, visit baclocal4.org/training to learn more about the apprenticeship program. Are you built to succeed?
The Vikings need 5 to tie, 6 to walk this one off here against Ryan Radonovich, who's given up his first earned run of the season in tonight's ball game. That came last inning. It's 6-1 Bulldogs here. Valpo coming to bat. It's the 7, 8, 9 hitters. Ian Wilson leads things off. He's 1 for 2. Radonovich in pitch number 100, still throwing some heat.
He's cruising right now. He's in a groove.
Stay with us immediately after this half inning. Should it be the final half inning? We'll name our 3 award winners for tonight. We're not even going to take a break because it's getting chilly.
They were selling hot chocolate down there.
That's true. And coffee. Inside, 2-1. Got to commend the crowd that has stayed there and has been vocal all night.
It's a big day for the Valpo community.
Absolutely. The football team got their rings earlier tonight. We got a separate video with that. Justin Cole got some field level video we'll present to you guys as well. There's a strike, 3-2. Talked to some of the players, the captains, and Coach Marshall earlier on this broadcast. 3-2, swing and a miss, strike 3.
Coach has, I think he had a really good message of this really closes the book on last year. It's time to move on.
Strikeout number 12, and I don't think he said closed book. I think he's slamming the book shut.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, he said he was slamming it closed. That brings up Trevor Fenters.
And they bring back a lot of their core.
Yeah. I believe 16 starters coming back. It's now 1-1.
Both teams bring back a lot, and they're going to be – that's why the DSC is so fun.
It's gonna be fun this year with new coaches at Portage and Michigan City. Rory Richards, new coach of the Portage Indians. It's glad to see him with a head coaching job once again. 3-1 as that one misses high. Cody French did some nice things at Calumet, taking over at Michigan City for Phil Mason, who left for Griffith. The 3-1's over for strike number 2. Swing and a miss on the high heat. Crown Point is 1 out away from picking up the win in this first matchup against Valpo here on the season. They will play again tomorrow.
I got it for that's his 13th strikeout of the night.
Woo! Brings up DJ Malloy, who struck out looking twice. For him, you just got to go up swinging the bat. You can't go 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts looking.
Just touch it.
First pitch is a ball. It's inside, 2-0. Pitch 114 coming up for Ryan Radonovich. 3-0 as that one misses inside. There's a strike, 3-1. The velocity still at 115 pitches has been impressive.
Yeah, he's still pumping it.
There's strike 2. And he got the ball. He's ready to go. He's not wearing sleeves, so he's freezing. Swing and a miss, strike number 3. Strikeout number 14 for Ryan Radonovich. And Crown Point gets the win 6-1. Impressive performance on the hill for him today. He had just 17, I say just, but in 15 innings pitched coming into tonight, he had 17 strikeouts. He almost doubles that total tonight, Nate.
Yeah, he was in a rhythm tonight all night, cruising. He mixed up his pitches really well. Again, he wasn't living with the fastball first always, doing curveball, changeup, mixing in, out, doing a really good job.
So let's, speaking of him and his performance, let's name our Crowell Companies Lantern Man Superhero of the game. That's brought to you by the Crowell Companies. They're the insurance superheroes, and I'm proud to recognize the superheroes on the baseball diamond. We just talked about them.
Yeah, he had 14 strikeouts tonight, was in command the whole time. His defense was great behind him, and that is why he was the player of the game tonight with his 14 strikeouts.
That's Ryan Radonovich, our Crowell Companies Lantern Man Superhero of the game. Now we're going to name our IKORCC, our proud Union home play of the game, brought to you by the Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio Regional Council of Carpenters, and it's 1 of 14 for Radonovich. Back in the fourth inning, Crown Point up
3-0.
3-0 at that point. Excuse me, it was only 2-0 at that point.
Okay, 2-0.
Yeah, it was 2-0 at that point. Valpo with the bases loaded, 2 outs, and Radonovich with a big strikeout of Ian Wilson to end the inning.
Yeah, again, he was in control all night. Even though it sounds wild, they showed up late. They said all their time to get ready. That's why he's up there with one of the best pitchers in the DAC this year.
Yeah, an outstanding performance for him tonight. He gets the Superhero, Lantern Man Superhero of the game, and also that big proud Union home play of the game brought to you by the Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio Regional Council of Carpenters. Build your future at IKORCC.com. And finally, the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the game brought to you by Boilermakers Local 374. Earn while you learn.
He was the catcher for Valpo. Mr. Brumfield here, he had 2 hits, a triple, and the RBI for Valparaiso tonight, and doing a really good job behind the plate of blocking everything and just being that general behind the plate for the Vikings.
That wall behind the plate for Valpo as well on a night where the pitching wasn't top-notch for Valpo. He did a good job defensively and offensively helping keep his team in the game. That is Nate Broomfield, the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the game. Our executive producer is Chris Ramirez. Our crew tonight doing an outstanding job here in the elements. My broadcast partner, Nate Ramian. Ben Tamara on the camera. Justin Cole and Mike Dewan doing the production. Great job as always, gentlemen. I want to thank Stacy Adams, the athletic director here at Valparaiso High School, as well as Don Clark, the assistant AD, for all of their hospitality. Of course, thanks to you, the viewer, watching here tonight, whether it was on Facebook.com/RegionSports, RegionSports.com, YouTube.com/RegionSports, IHSA website. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in, spending some of your Tuesday night with us. The final score for the final time, Crown Point 6, Valparaiso 1. This has been Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.